I just started it, so let me know if it
Yeah.
works or if it's just lying to me.
No, it's working. I mean, it's very
The VOD viewers are gonna miss 5 minutes of really powerful political discussion
talking about
Ezra
that I'm
Klein's
reading.
Utopia and Mark Andreessen.
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny to read now because if there was one thing I could say that Ezra Klein seems to actively want and what his like broad thing to do is, and it's Doge.
Oh,
And
I forgot
it's
to hear.
exactly the thing that Doge Elon Musk is doing, which is getting rid of bureaucrats, streamline, like getting rid of regulation.
Yeah, great. I mean,
and just
that feels
cutting
about
everything.
right. Like, I feel like Ezra Klein, in terms of Ezra Klein, is someone who believes like his whole career has been made on believing in like individual exception. You know what I mean? Like Freakonomics, Outliers. These are all books about um about how if I thought Freakonomics was Ezra Klein, or was
No,
he?
because he would have been like 18.
Who am I thinking of?
It's the Freakonomics is.
Now I'm thinking of Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm Gladwell is Outliers. What the fuck has Ezra Klein even written?
Podcasts.
This guy sucks. This guy's nobody.
What's he done? These podcasts, and he unfortunately he's like one of the most.
Just hold on. I need to. I'm gonna get fucking owned if anyone ever sees this, and I need to explain why I've been owned. I expected that, considering how much people have been talking about this motherfucker, I expected him to like have done something. And Ezra Klein and Malcolm Gladwell both like have this kind of soft science pseudo intellectual vibe. And Malcolm Gladwell has actually written a book before. So I just kind of conflated the two, and that's my bad. I apologize to Malcolm Gladwell. He didn't do this.
I will say Malcolm Gladwell did not write Freakonomics.
No, but he did write Outliers.
Yeah. No, Ezra Klein, unfortunately, he's one of the foremost.
So what even is his ideology? Like, what is it? What is his thing?
He's a liberal.
Okay. And he's just like a consultant guy. What's his podcast? What podcast is he on?
Okay, so
who the fuck is this? Why have I been hearing about fucking Ezra Klein? Nonstop for months.
Here's the biggest thing to his name, and I picked something that you will know.
Okay.
He started Vox.
Oh. Okay. I mean, that's pretty important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, he's been doing stuff with like the New York Times and the Washington Post and blah, 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 blah.
Spanish just says he's literally just a name I've heard relative to politics. I don't know anything about him either. And also, in response to your state question, it sounds like he, like every other AI dingus in the world, just sort of wants to put AI in the driver's seat now and like let it ruin the fucking world because he thinks that's like part of making it better, I guess, which is dumb. That's like, that's bad.
I mean,
that's not how anything works.
You say that, but it's kind of like the end goal of liberalism, which is this high value on perceived intelligence. And is there anything smarter than what they've been told is an AI? And if AI is the most
House Minister, we are kind of I'm kind of operating off of Pat's summary of abundance. So I don't know if Pat is fairly summarizing Ezra Klein's point about the AI.
Kind of. I mean,
because I stated how absurd that line of reasoning is, and then Pat immediately launched into a criticism of liberalism writ large, and stating that this idea about AI is sort of a reflection of liberalism's idea or liberalism's perception of expertise and merit, which is not. I don't think it's wrong.
Ezra Klein and AI is he's like a huge
House manager, I've listened to a lot of
tech guy.
educated people who are not like computer scientists describe AI and be completely fucking wrong.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the Ezra
That's
is
one of the
focused
worst
on.
things about the AI boom is that you can form a scientifically informed like model of what you think AI is and how it works, and it's completely wrong because the way AI does actually work is really counterintuitive. Seeing the results of especially very large scale language models, right? Like those large scale language models can
Well,
produce
this is why
output.
I got to stop you
Sorry, go ahead.
because his focus of AI is not LLMs; it is AGIs.
Artificial general intelligence, a thing that doesn't exist.
Hmm.
Okay,
He thinks it exists. He thinks it
he's
exists,
wrong. He's dead
or
fucking
it's
wrong.
like going to happen very soon.
What?
Which is where a lot of his thoughts are coming from on this.
See, this is actually another bad idea that you can form based on perceptions of AI if you aren't intimately familiar with how existing AI systems work, right? Which I am, compared to most people, pretty familiar with how existing AI systems work. Um, and they are not, when I say they're not capable of heuristic reasoning, that's like, that's really important. I should, it's hard to explain why without it's hard to explain why without referencing the technical details of how AIs work. But in a general sense, right, existing AI models function by forming a mathematical approximation of a solution space, right? You give them a bunch of problems and a bunch of solutions, and they basically create, like, in the simplest possible sense, they create like a binary classifier. In very complex senses, they create a multidimensional model of the solution space for that problem, that category, that type of problem, right? Um, and this is a numeric approximation. It is a projection from one vector space to another, right? It so when I say that AI cannot do heuristic reasoning, what I mean is heuristic reasoning is not modelable in that type of projection. You can't encode a set of hard rules in like that model. So it's quite distinct from modern, like from present AI being, not being large enough, not being sophisticated enough, not being powerful enough to be categorized as general intelligence. The algorithms we're using, that we're having the most success with, cannot do a thing that is fundamental, that is indispensable in general intelligence. It just is a different thing. So this is what I mean, right? You can look at the summaries, the text output produced by ChatGPT, and think to yourself like, oh, this summary actually is pretty good. It must have understood the topic, and that's simply not true. It understands how to transform a bunch of text into a smaller amount of text that, to a human reviewer, appears to be a good summary. Sorry.
Yeah. More broadly, it's about NIMBYism and how we'll use NIMBYism to get to to avert ecological disaster.
I mean, I have sympathy for like Yimbys. I feel like, it's a politically lukewarm kind of stance, but these, like, I at least like them better than people who don't want public infrastructure built around them, right? Even if usually Yimbyism is like, it's like it is specifically an ideology that excludes class analysis and excludes like questions of equity, right? And is like the type of ideology where it's like, just fucking build housing without any reference to the quality of that housing or who it serves. House Minister, I hope you do see the timer that we've set up for you. I took off 15 seconds from it for the time it took me to set it up and for the probable stream delay. So hopefully it's useful to you.
Yeah, I was surprised when he said that because there's a pretty serious stream delay. Though I know exactly what he's doing and where.
That's good.
Yeah, eventually, John.
And House Manager, that's exactly how I feel. Yes, House Manager says, yes, it feels like people assume AGI is a step further on the tech tree from LLMs, despite the fact that they are not doing the same thing hypothetically. Yeah, they are qualitatively different. It's not just a matter of increasing quantitatively the amount of resources or whatever available. These are different things. You would have to come up with a different way of modeling decision making. And I think, I don't get me wrong, I certainly think the function neural networks perform could be part of a hypothetical far future AGI solution, but I think it's the easier part. These like automatically converging numerical methods based like deciders that sort of form the basis of any artificial intelligence system are, I think, easier to model and easier to create than something that can actually form heuristics. Pat's looking at something intently.
Oh, no. Sorry, I was just trying to find a good quote. I was...
He's going through his abundance ebook.
No, I was trying to find let's say pirated version of the book so I could control F it.
As Manager says, I think I've missed the context that you were referring. I have forgotten about. Oh, Julie spotted. Julie alert.
Geotomy.
I think I've forgotten the context in which you like are saying you prob don't. This isn't the first time you have to do this. That is a really good way of putting it, House Manager. Yeah, these generative systems don't mean things. They do not do meaning.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the people who are behind them really care about meaning as much as they do see it as a tool to do as much unlearning or de-skilling as possible.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the important part of the discussion, right? Is peeling away the veneer, like the actually impossible things that they say they want to do, or presently impossible things that they say they want to do with AI, and looking at the things they are doing with AI, which is, de-skilling, like devaluing labor, destabilizing, basically using AI as a tool, a premise to continue to peel back the structures that like are responsible for maintaining things like labor rights, things that are the structures that these people find inconvenient when they go about reshaping society in their desired image, which generally is something that benefits them and doesn't benefit fucking anyone else.
I can't wait. I'm starting a timer now until the day you come in and you're like, my boss asked me why I wasn't using ChatGPT to make code faster.
They've already done some of that stuff. Like they've done like hackathons, AI hackathons, where we were supposed to use like the funny part about it is they don't want us using ChatGPT because IBM is like the way IBM works now. It's like, it's an old publicly traded company that's managed by a board. So every time something significant happens in tech, IBM is like, oh, we gotta do that, but like our version. Peter Piper, exactly. Like I was thinking, Peter Piper also works for kind of a legacy big company, so I would expect them to also be like, oh, we got our own ChatGPT. We got ChatGPT at home, and it fucking sucks. It's like the hamburger helper of ChatGPT.
How many of those those like quote unquote own versions are just a wrapper for ChatGPT.
Um,
'Cause that's what Grok is.
actually, most of them. So, I would say it's maybe 50-50. I think House Manister, time's up. Time's up, House Manister. Quick, go in that room. Peter Pipe says ours is less about we got this at home and more about secure. Yeah, okay, yeah. If you're a government contractor, that might be the case. He's moving. So I would say it's about 50-50. The companies that are mostly about hype that wanted to have some kind of ChatGPT equivalent deployed fast did that, right? Like they made a deal with OpenAI and they licensed ChatGPT and gave it another name and paid OpenAI a shitload of money to rebrand it, like the Bing AI assistant or whatever, Grok. There's tons of others. IBM like actually wants to make money instead of just spend money and attract investment and make it look like they're doing the thing. So even if they're like incredibly misguided in the probability that they're actually going to make money on this thing, so they did develop their own, and it was IBM's thing was an iteration on a series of internal projects that they previously called Watson. We already had like an AI department.
Watson won Jeopardy.
Yeah, Watson won Jeopardy.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I remember Watson because he won Jeopardy.
Yeah. He's really nothing. In the end, Watson never really turned into a profitable application. We spent tons and tons and tons of R&D money on nothing, which is actually, in my opinion, totally fine.
I think it's also just part of the course, though, for this kind of stuff, because it's like ChatGPT was literally like, we've lost hundreds of millions of dollars over the Studio Ghibli stuff.
Did they get the crap suit out of them, or just on the cost of running it?
Just the cost of running it.
Yeah,
because people actually using it, more people using it is worse for them.
Yeah, they have yet to translate it into a commercial application. It's just a bunch of people generating dumb memes and like using 6 trillion kilowatt hours of power per second. I
need that, but
yeah, I mean they need people to know what they're doing. But yeah, it's just like one of the reasons that I'm so quick to highlight that these systems are incapable of heuristic reasoning is that heuristic reasoning is like really important in a lot of the hypothetical applications of AI, right?
So I have to ask, did Watson cheat at Jeopardy?
No, I don't think so.
Did they train him on? Okay.
I mean, they probably trained him on
real
Jeopardy study materials. Like there are people who there are like whole books of Jeopardy trivia that exist out there.
It's a real John Henry situation with Watson. But I guess it's like
except in Watson's case, Watson won. John Henry beat the steam hammer and then fucking died like an idiot.
Yeah, and died. But you know what didn't die? The steam hammer.
Yeah, it was still there. So I guess technically John Henry did lose because he died. You can only be a winner for as long as you're alive. So he was a winner for about 8 seconds, and then his heart exploded.
He won the battle but lost the war.
That's a good way to put it. It's exactly winning the battle but losing the war. All right. I think it's about time to play some damn video games. So I'm going to transition us to the virtual Coliseum. Here we go.
And you got to restart the stream because you get closed.
No, man.
The stream to me, the Discord stream.
There.
Look at your cute little hat.
Yeah, I have a little hat. My hat is little and it's
You're a Nazi
cylindrical.
now. You want to go box the people in Egypt?
Peter Piper, I feel like that's the cycle of
That's what I said. Yeah. Peter Piper, you're copying me.
Jesus. I feel like that is the cycle of in glib terms, that is the cycle of quote unquote innovation, right? I guess innovation under a system that does not take care to ensure that those innovations, the displacement caused by those innovations doesn't harm people.
Yeah. I've been reading a lot
Like,
of
sure, the fucking Luddites broke some looms, but there were still, they didn't break all of them. They couldn't.
Well, I mean, the Luddites famously lost and went away, had to go away.
That's what I mean. Like, eventually you lose and go away.
But that's what also a thing I've been doing. I've been reading a lot of Luddite, like 19th, or what is it? What century was that? Was it 19th century? 19th century.
18th.
Luddite writing.
The Luddites were like late 18th, early 19th. Pretty sure.
Yeah, no, the century is the one after where it starts. That's like why we're in the 21st century.
No, I know. I think Luddites were late 1700s, early 1800s. Because they started building power looms in the late 1700s.
Do your thing.
Yeah, do research for us, chat.
But I'm just like, damn. These guys were. It's really funny because
I have to inspect Dream Distillery.
It makes me think so much about. I think it's like a Norm Macdonald joke, where he's like, "Hey, I just you see this history book? It seems like the good guys won every time. How lucky is that?" And it's just like it's such the case for the Luddites, who are like not even advocating, who are not even anti-technology, but are specifically
labor activists.
Anti the way these like fucking
like objectively evil 19th century business guys. Yeah. Come on, get up there. There we go.
Yeah, we gotta go in there. We're getting inside his belly today.
Inspect the Dream Steely.
Oh.
There it is.
Yeah. Look at it.
I gotta take a photograph of this.
And you gotta get down there.
Scoop. Photograph, you idiot. You fool.
Damn.
You dingus.
Wait, do they got that cuneiforms on there?
How close can I get? I can get this close.
Somehow that John's tattoo is the key to the Dream Steely.
When you look at it from this here, it looks like it got that cuneiform.
Peter Piper, this is the antagonism I expect from chat. I applaud you for maintaining decorum.
I mean, it is funny.
Your only purpose is to humiliate us.
Peter Piper said, "I'll only Google to prove you wrong," which is clearly me in that scenario.
Yeah, everyone loves me.
Yeah, because it's like no one would want to disprove you.
Mm-hmm. I am baby, and you are the nasty man. What do you want, Indiana Jones?
Look at the big thingies.
I have to do
this.
That. The tattoo symbol. What else is here?
Yeah, let's go find those little.
The Sphinx is over there.
Then we gotta find. Yeah. Ah, shit.
There's Khufu's pyramid. No. Is this a map? I need another location. There it is.
Don't worry, Indy. I can tell which symbols are different from the other symbols.
The giant symbol is just east of the Khafre pyramid. That's the spot.
Peter Piper says, "Does that just mean John is never wrong?" I have some very specific and embarrassing memories of like saying things that are just blatantly wrong and then being immediately called out by the person I'm talking to. So no. All it means is that I'm baby.
I mean,
and people don't want to humiliate me. Yeah, usually I'm not all that embarrassed by being wrong on this stream because we're talking about pee poo poo stuff. But there have been times in my life where it mattered and I've been so wrong, so instantly fucking wrong.
I need to bring my grievance to the chat. Because like for
be
a while
aggrieved.
now, I had been talking up that I was plotting John's birthday present.
Yeah. This is real tragic.
Now I have to reveal I had I got in line for a Nana Land cameo. And very early this week, I got an email, and it was like Nanoland Cameo is no more.
I'm the Hammer Man.
And so I'm left on Cameo, just looking at people on it and being like, John would have no idea who this guy is.
Pat.
What?
Oops.
You broke a pot.
I hammered it into the box.
Are you proud?
I'm so powerful.
My favorite thing is finding cameos that are like 8,000. Like they want you to take a loan out. They want to mortgage your house against it.
$40,000 cameo. Yeah.
Like Andrew Dice Clay's is $1,000. I think it might be 1,500.
Imagine being the Andrew Dice Clay superfan that gets that cameo though. You're just like, you're ecstatic. You're doing a big O face. You're doing the Wojak point.
I mean, it has to be like.
Hello, sir.
Do you know where you're going?
Guten Tag.
Yeah, to the pyramid.
This guy.
Can I drive this?
No, you don't have your license.
Room. I can get in the sidecar. Oh man, he turned around.
Peter Piper says, do you think he sees it and just thinks, why?
I think he sees it and thinks, oh, some money.
Well, I mean, I think it's one of
however
those
he talks.
scenarios.
Oh,
I think
I've
it's
been
one
in
of those scenarios where clearly his agent made him get a cameo, but he never wants to do them. So you make it prohibitively expensive.
Look at this. Dog. Good doggy.
Alles in Ordnung, mein Freund?
I mean, that kind of makes sense. I could see Andrew Dice Clay being tired of being alive and just not wanting to do it.
I don't know why, but I imagine Andrew Dice Clay.
We must imagine Andrew Dice Clay happy.
No, I was gonna say the opposite. I imagine him like living in a black void. In like underneath somewhere in New York City.
He's in the nega zone that the G-Man put Gordon
Just 'cause,
Freeman in.
His shtick was just so shitty. Like it was shitty now, and it's become quadruply shitty still.
It's time
today.
to wake up, Mr. Clay.
And so I just like hope he's in some sort of karmic.
For fucking first person Andrew Dice Clay game, act at like in the intro episode after G-Man wakes you up from the nega zone, you like go to a closet and you find Andrew Dice Clay's leather jacket, and that's when the sick badass music kicks in. Oh gosh, why did you do that?
Yeah,
This is so far.
That's when you go from Andrew Silverstein to Andrew Dice Clay. You transform.
There has to be something here.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, that was all a joke.
That's when you unlock
joke.
the Andrew Dice Clay skill tree.
The culture of New Jersey was a costume for him.
As it should be. No one should treat the culture of New Jersey as anything but a costume. Where do you want me to go, Indy?
Well, pull up your map.
I'm in the zone.
What's
I have
it
to
say?
investigate the
We're investigating
location. This
So,
location
what are we
is
looking
nothing. It's a bunch of rocks. I hate ancient history. I hate ancient history. They're like, look at all these fucking rocks. And I'm like, great. Look at
Well,
these
let's think
shards of pottery. Cool.
Let's think this through a little bit.
Uh-huh. Maybe my
What
camera
would you
will
be
do
looking
something.
for if you were to be looking for an entrance to something?
Well, it's the dream, Steely, so maybe I'm looking for a comfy bed.
Or maybe some sort of hole?
I need to get in.
Is that
hole.
outside your is the thing behind you outside your range?
I feel like it is. Yeah, that hole's way outside the range. That's not the hole I'm looking for.
Maybe it's just like a
Picture. Yeah.
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 Oh, have you been to Egypt? I feel like that's a place your freak ass would go.
My parents have been to Egypt. I have not been to Egypt. I'm being hyperbolic, but I don't love ancient history. I would probably
but I
like
feel like you
Egypt
just-
because there are a lot of there are a lot of like ruins still. Like a lot of the ruins are in really good condition because it's a desert.
I thought you would just go there for the vibes and the food.
I would like that. I would like the vibes and food in Egypt.
Because like
That's
this,
true.
I see a big pyramid, and I'm like, oh, I bet John would love to just stand in awe at this fucking thing. What's that thing down to your left?
Peter Piper, you right. You right. There's the only thing worse than reading about archaeology is reading about ancient civilizations archaeology.
What about watching a mummy?
If the mummy's moving around, I'm having fun. If the mummy's moving around, that implies the possibility the mummy could get on the skateboard, and I am having fun at that point.
Can you fit in that hole?
That's too small. Come on, Indy's big.
I think I should go back.
He doesn't
Too
like
hot.
it. Too hot. Hole too hot. Hole too spicy. Where? We need to, by the way, we need to fix the chat box layout. It doesn't wrap. It like, it's too wide. It needs to wrap
What do you
earlier.
Then you can just change it.
I would have to go to the thing. I'd have to log into the thing. Where the fuck is it?
Um,
I'm freaking out.
dream element.
I'm gonna turn into a giant ape. So it's somewhere, it's like over here?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's get to
do
the
you have a
center of the
journal?
circle.
Do you got
Here we
your
go.
journal?
We're in the center. Oh, the circle's actually bigger than I thought. And the circle kind of goes more south than I thought. I should have, yeah, there it is. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I need a
Indeed.
better angle.
Indy, take the photo.
I need a better angle.
Dream Steely and the dead giants
I can-
too.
I can do this. My fists are smaller than a hammer, so I'm gonna have to do more attacks.
No, well, it's almost like you saw a hammer.
Oh man, there's one over here. At least it's nice and quiet out here. How's Minister Indy punches a big bowl full of sand every night for 30 minutes a night. His hands are, they have no nerves in them. They're basically big calluses, big balls of callus. Nothing's bad for his hands at this point. Darn. Oh. I see. Raise. Nice. Some paintings. Look at his little feet.
Yeah.
They're so long.
Giants got little feet.
They got long feet.
Let's see if this destroys.
What do you think this
chat.
part of the garment is?
We're gonna see if this destroys your chat.
What? Oh, you're updating the thing? How's Manister like too sophisticated for wiki feet? He's referencing Feet Finder, a online feet pick service I've never heard of.
So someone needs to type a larger message in chat to see if this thing worked.
What do you want me to do, Indy? Oh, he didn't actually want a photo of that bird.
No, he wants you to crawl.
Do you think this lady's also a giant? Let's check the feet. They're long.
Mm-hmm.
She's gigantic.
A larger message. No, I'll just do it.
Yeah, chat's not feeling helpful today, so I wouldn't depend on them for much.
But I should consult Dr. Lombardi's notes.
No, let me take a photo of all the stuff. Okay.
Okay, no, it looks like the wrapping works.
All right, Dr. Lombardi.
Better.
It's not
Wait
wrapping.
on this.
That message is not long enough to cause wrapping.
language
Just
really
paste the
is
first
involved,
paragraph
is-
of the Wikipedia article on Ezra Klein.
And that means... This is...
Come on, Indy. Have the brain blast. You know what? You know this.
Avon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's much better.
Lord.
No, I mean, it's rapping better, but you're correct. It's not rapping enough.
Yeah, ultimately we're gonna need 2 stream elements, guys.
Oh.
One for the conference room and one for the virtual Coliseum.
I'm starting to get the hang of this.
Though I think also it's a little bit on
You,
your
Dr.
end.
Lombardi.
I think you need to resize the widget in your OBS.
Oh, you mean how it's cutting into the
All these words.
game, the screen? I mean, that's fine.
But also just the width.
the width is okay. Because it's wrapping now. It's wrapping at the right point.
It is?
Yeah, if you look at House Minister's wrap, the groove, and my friends are going to try to move your feet. That it wraps between 2 and move, which is pretty close to the
Where you
right
want
edge of
it?
the screen.
All right.
Yeah, I know what I'm
Glad.
talking about.
I'm glad my work can be appreciated.
You did a good job. You did an excellent job.
Yeah, but you're not going to think that for long.
And House Minister,
Touch Avon.
I support your decision to
Acting to the words.
change your name to Wonder Mike, and that is what I will call you from now on. Chamber of Resonance.
Sounds seem to amplify in this
Or
room.
pick.
These guys are tall.
Resonance chamber.
Oh, I think one of those was a hint picture.
A resonance chamber.
Hello, Wonder Mike.
Oh, I think I'm in the wrong... Okay. I think I'm in the wrong Stream Elements one.
Oh, there's like a little hole. Fuck this resonance chamber. I'm getting into hole. No. Light your lighter, you fool. There we go.
Oh, actually, I think you'll need to repost the URL to get any of the actual changes I put in.
Why? It looks different to me.
Well, I just actually radically changed the font and it didn't change. Which also explains why the
Well, I mean, there haven't been any new messages since you changed the font.
no, there have been. I made a little frowny face.
Wait. Well, okay. I picked up a tablet piece which goes here.
Let's see. Yeah. What do you think it says?
There you go.
Adamic. I don't give a damick about these giants.
This is probably the Adamic word for toilet.
Mmm.
This probably the Adamic word for poo-poo. And this one is pee-pee.
Wait, why would you need different rooms for all of those?
You think poo-poo and pee-pee the same thing? They are not, good sir. I'm afraid I must inform you that poo-poo and pee-pee are 2 quite different substances. Now, if we are talking about poo-poo and poo-poo time and pee-pee time, that's different. All
But you
poo-poo time
need-
is pee-pee time, but not all pee-pee time is poo-poo time.
Do you need different toilets for that?
The Adamic peoples did, yes.
Oh yeah, they use the classic sports arena trough.
Yeah.
Yes.
The sports arena trough full of ice. You want Indy craves photos of tablets.
You're learning the words.
I don't care.
Well, unfortunately, to do this puzzle, you'll need them.
I need one more word.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Mahunak? Happy Goblin Tuesday.
Also, we're learning about Christianity.
Oh,
Now let's line the photos up on the altar and see.
this will enhance my relationship with my faith. Number 2.
I
goblins.
put him on the altar.
Is it?
Photo of this.
Are any restrictions on the color of goblin? Can I not use a red goblin for this? What color goblin are you gonna grade with? And I'll just pick a goblin from my goblin box that's a different color. Okay, I have to look at my journal now.
Ever since I learned that goblin is a slur for the Romani people, I have been...
That's fucked. You can't take goblins from me. You can't do that.
You're lucky because I just made that up.
Good. You nasty man.
You just have to go to Redcap.
Okay, it's not his rubbing symbols.
No, he said go to the altar.
Al-Hacheram. Okay.
He said
Of the
go to
name,
altar and
secret,
he'll put the photos on the altar
heed.
for you to actually do the puzzle.
Adamic symbol translating to the Lord's protect oath. Heed the Lord's oath, protect the secret of the name. I know what the phrase is.
Oh.
Okay, it's time for tablets. Jesus Christ. This man's a pervert. Okay. Heed. Lords. Oath. Protect. Secret. Indiana Jones. I'm speeding through this. I feel I must highlight that Indiana Jones is casting a spell right now. The spell is complete.
Maybe I should have done that.
Man, it's so sick to live in a world.
Yeah, Omahunek, a Goblin D's nuts joke is unfortunately racist. So I'm glad you abstained. I'm glad you did not do that.
Unfortunately, goblins are tainted for me because of a specific online to do right now.
If you're up there, I could use some help.
So I have to be anti-goblin for the time being.
What are? Wow, man. Look, why is the discourse slandering goblins?
Why is the discourse slammer? No, it's just that one guy won't stop saying that he's a goblin.
Oh, who is it? I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
We don't need to go.
If this
I don't even want.
If this taints goblins as a concept, I don't want to know.
It doesn't.
Boom.
But I just don't want to deal with it. You got a taste of it when I posted the image of that guy being like, "Is this a Nazi dog whistle?" And it's someone holding Ichigo from Bleach's sword.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That was too stupid.
Do you think the Giants got anything funky going on with their bodies?
You're asking about their wee-wees. I know what you're doing.
You should just get out of the Nazi outfit and go into your cool outfit.
I'm not invested in the outfit. I do not care. He wants a photo. Damn it!
No
they
light.
foiled me
No
again.
light.
I hate this game.
Just go light it. Oh no, the game is pointing out logical things to me.
Let me take a bad photo, you fucks.
Oh wow, is that a flaccid pee-pee?
It is kind of like that, yes.
It's Metal Gear Solid.
The gift of the gods.
Charlie Brown.
Concealed by the sun, and the cave was sealed.
There's a little nose and mouth here. Here's his eye.
Yeah. No,
And
that's
here's his
Charlie
other
Brown's
eye.
logo.
His logo, his symbol.
Yeah.
Every day Charlie Brown wakes up and he's like, I want to wear that shirt with my logo on it again. I'm trying to get my brand going. Every day I wear this shirt with my logo on it.
Time to hustle. Every day. I mean, look, what is if Charlie Brown is not a hustler, why does he always try to kick the football?
Charlie Brown is not a hustler. I am dead.
Alright, this one's a little more abstract. Ooh, but what's Khufu got to say?
It's dots. It's all dots.
Under the command of King Khufu, stones rose to the sky, a testament to his power.
That's great. That's great for him. That's honestly so nice for him. Okay, light it.
I just love
Show
that
me the dots.
Khufu's working with the giants.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I work hard for this, for my art. Am I gonna fall
You're
in this
too far
hole?
away.
All right, all right, all right. Maybe it'll let me do this. Yes, it will, but only up to a certain point. All right. Yeah, I want just dots, but I think I can just sort of exclude a lot of the
In the
stuff.
shadow of this monument, Ra dwells for eternity.
Yo, the sun's in here?
A mirror. I wonder what they could want me to do with this. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm doing archaeology right now. I'm studying the material culture of ancient Egypt. My hypothesis is the Egyptians, you know, they were as fond of play as any other people throughout history.
That's why they invented the ball in a cup.
Yeah, they invented the ball in a cup, and they also invented this thing, this pointless toy, which does nothing. Okay. There it goes. I've solved your puzzle, Indiana Jones. And yes, that does mean I am accusing Indiana Jones of setting up all these puzzles. In the time between the last time I played the game and now, he's been furiously
working on it.
Yeah, he's been rushing around Egypt, setting up all these puzzles for me. And I appreciate it, I guess.
I mean, here's the thing, is that in a world in which God is real and as a certainty of the world, and he employs his forces in the material world directly,
Photograph.
there are clues left behind.
Even older. Tens of thousands of years before the ancient Egyptians.
Okay. That did something. This does something.
All right, they got
does something.
symbols on them.
This does something. This does something. This does something.
Beautiful.
What do you mean beautiful?
Except Housemaster, Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade have happened already. So in fact, both the Ark of the Covenant is real, and Jesus is real.
I think House Minister's point is that the Ark of the Covenant...
This is actually like 2 years before Temple of Doom.
The Ark of the Covenant is magic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the magic in it is like God.
Well, except for the immortal Templar who is like, this one is Jesus's cup.
Have you considered what if the magic
immortality.
is just science that we don't understand yet?
Like Jesus is like, we're rolling it back to like the original Prometheus script where Jesus was an engineer.
Yeah.
And his cup is actually a crazy supercomputer.
Okay.
Oh wow, there are symbols on the door. Crazy.
Yeah. I'm just gonna vibe my way through this one.
Direct this beam
So don't bother trying to point things out.
Don't bother. It's almost like things correspond to the door. What door opens
we
corresponds to the
plus
things you
sign.
lit up.
Diamond. Garbage.
So that's on the plus sign.
Plus sign. Diamond.
And we got a door.
That guy's just wrong. He's old and senile, not a great witness. Sorry, whose
Well,
house?
he wasn't a witness because he was a Knights Templar from 500 years prior.
Damn, that's so old. Okay.
There's a
Boom.
piece of him.
Well, I
Or-
probably shouldn't. I should use this on the
Yeah.
other
The
one.
light won't reach the big chamber from here.
You think we've seen empty one of these?
Okay.
It's here.
Now all I have to do is light up all of the middle symbols. Sick. So we need cross plus diamond.
Wait, you rolled something.
Oh, yeah, it just happened to be on something. Oh, I should have kept that on diamond. Bam. There. Now plus symbol. Boop. And now we need cross and then this thing and circle.
Look, this is honestly what evolution was building towards when it gave us pattern recognition.
Where is circle? Is it this? No.
Mm-mm.
Is it this? Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel right.
If you got up a little bit closer, you would have seen. You could have seen. It's kind of cut off a little bit because it's so far
Fire
close to
light
the edge.
the way.
Yeah, whatever. I've solved the puzzle. It's irrelevant to me now.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Much
then we'll
much like a real archaeologist, as soon as I exit an ancient chamber, I stop thinking about it.
This is why. Unfortunately,
I have to
this
climb
game
paint.
is woke, but by you refusing to deal with any of the stuff in it, you're making it anti-woke and good again.
No, I think being anti-woke as a bit is passé now. I think we are pro-woke as a bit, and so I'm going to start paying very close
Well, then
attention to
you
lore.
should be collecting all the artifacts for the Egyptian Museum
Solly would
in
lose his
Cairo.
mind if he saw
You're right. I should be doing that. I should be decolonializing.
Yeah, you should be decolonial. Yeah, especially because the Nazis are taking.
Whoops!
What?
That's a
What?
death hole. That's an infinite hole. You die down there.
My God.
I thought I was gonna find some cool stuff to take photos of, but what I found was the cold embrace of death.
How do I turn on the death counter?
You don't do that. I do that, which I will do now.
I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Everyone, be patient. I know chat's always freaking out every time we have to do something. But I'm begging you, just be patient for even a single second. Cancel. Cancel this. I didn't mean to do this. Let me not do that. Okay. There it is. There's a PowerShell script in the bots run directory. I gotta wait for it to boot. It takes a while. Okay, sorry, Housemaster, I'm hurrying. Okay. It's ready. Boom. We got it. Honestly, I need to do some adjustments because I have died a lot in this game. It's gotta be at least in double digits.
What's up? Why'd you pause?
Because I'm setting up the bot.
Oh my god, still? I went and took a piss forever.
It's because I have to manually update the dang death count. Because we missed a couple of sessions with the death counter, and it's gotta be at
Yeah, I didn't want to make you
it's
feel
gotta
bad,
be in
so I
double
brought it up.
digits.
So what have you been up to lately?
I'm just gonna set it to 25. What do we think about 25?
Never float your boat, man. So what have you been up to?
I mean, I went to Arkansas over the weekend. That was like, I don't know. It's like a mixture of, it's nice to get in touch with family. It's a fucking bummer to be in the small town American South. Just sucks there. It's just, there's like nothing to do. And they're in Jonesboro, which is not even that small of a town. It's like a small city, I guess. But everything, you know, you're familiar with America. Everything has taken on the urban rural dynamic has become so thoroughly asserted that just every single town takes on one of those identities. You're just like hard sorted into one of those categories. And Jonesboro, Arkansas has decided that it is small town. So it sucks. However, there's some pretty good eating there. I ate a lot of food. I gained a significant amount of weight. That's the death hole. Don't go back there.
You were there for 3 days. How'd you gain a significant amount of weight?
By eating a lot of treats, my man. We got frozen custard twice from a place called Andy's, and they do a similar thing. I know House Manister's familiar with the concept of a concrete. They do a similar thing, but they will also make what's called a jackhammer, which is like a concrete with the toppings all mixed into it, and then they dig out a little hole in the middle of the ice cream and they fill it with whatever you want. And the thing you usually fill it with is hot fudge. It's fucked up.
Fries?
What?
You fill it with French fries?
I don't think they have French fries. Most of their toppings are like
not anything.
Sweet delicious candies.
Well, I can't fill it with anything.
Sorry, I should have said anything that a non-psychopath would want. You can put in there anything they have on their menu. Peter Piper, I agree. Arkansas is really pretty. Arkansas is a gorgeous state. It's like it's far enough south that there's still some thicket, but you also start seeing those like stands of conifers that are really gorgeous. Yeah, it's great, and it's unfortunate that it's also sad. I gotta find a way across.
That's nice. Well, at least you had a good
I can
time.
probably make this. Yeah, I can make that jump. Up. Boop. Up. All right, now I'm here.
Wait, did you have a good time? It's actually, I said that and then I immediately became uncertain.
I mean, I had a decent time. There were good and bad parts of it. Overall, a good experience. I personally like keeping in touch with family. I like having an extended family that I can talk to, and that I have a decent relationship with. And you know, I'm fine at keeping peace as a younger child. I am naturally conflict avoidant and pretty good at diffusing conflict, so it was good. Everything went fine.
I'm the youngest child in my family, and I don't do that.
Yeah, it's because you're a broken man. You're a little gremlin.
Well, you just said it like it's a common thing for the youngest.
It is.
I thought that was a middle child thing. Well, I guess you only have two, so
there's no middle child. So you have to adopt. You have to adopt one of the 3-child family personas, and it's randomly generated. What am I doing here? Where am I going?
Is being babied and getting a lot of attention.
I am baby. Don't get it twisted. I am baby.
Not anymore. You aren't.
No, I'm baby.
No, you left us 2 babies.
That's true.
That you brought over.
But those are new. They're new, and I'm teaching them. I'm showing them the ropes.
That's why they are no longer baby.
Why does this exist? What is the point of this cubby? This indie hole. I'm looking up. I'm looking up all the time. What?
Wait, there's a voice in the dark?
There are voices in the dark. Get away from me. You're scaring me. I'm baby. What?
I've been watching a lot of documentaries.
Okay, I can make this. Oh, I don't need to. Do I need to? I do need to. What kind of what have you been watching documentaries about? Did you finish Act of Killing?
I mean, I saw both of those movies forever ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, this is
now
not what I was supposed to do.
I watched
I need to go over
watched
here.
Grand Theft Hamlet.
Oh, okay, yeah. The one about the guys who staged Hamlet and Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, which is about like during COVID.
Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna work.
A bunch of like a couple of British like theater guys
There's no way I
tried
can
to figure
swing
out how
out
to
far
stage
enough.
Hamlet. I watched.
I'm dying. I'm just gonna die on this one.
Yeah, you're gonna die. I watched that when it happened for like a little bit.
Oh, like you tuned into the live stream?
Seeking his fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Oh no, it set me back so far.
The documentary's okay. It's like very funny. If it's like very like goofy to think about if you know anything about video games.
This
So if
didn't
you
work.
know about video games, I don't know if I can give my full endorsement to it.
Poor guy. Became history. Must have been a raider, seeking his fortune.
Did it turn me around? Why did it do that?
Mm-hmm.
Why did it spawn me turned around? Is this the way I need to go? It's dark.
Oh, did it teleport you to the other side?
I think what happened is I had reached the other side. I just didn't realize that I was supposed to go forward from there because I just didn't. Well, that's fine. And so it checkpointed me there, and when I died, it just sent me back. Look at all these parkour handholds. I didn't know the ancient Egyptians knew about parkour.
Well, those are real things in pyramids.
Yeah, the pharaohs were like, "Look, man, if grave robbers are gonna go after our shit, I at least want them doing sick tricks."
You're supposed to put like lights on them and stuff.
I don't think so. I
I
think they're mostly for doing cool tricks off of.
Wait, is that a guy up there?
Darkness. It's so dark. They're right about this being the Cave of Darkness. I'm not
Is that a
walking
guy
on
up there?
Is that? Can I light that up? Okay, fine. I guess that's what we'll do. There's coins.
Mm-hmm.
Going deeper into the Cave of Darkness.
Because John, you've played a good deal of Grand Theft Auto Online with me.
It's so dark. Oh. I hear something in the darkness.
Yeah, there's a guy down here. I feel like we looked at a guy. Look, there he is.
Where?
Do you not see him? I see him on the stream.
I don't see him.
That right there.
What?
You were looking right at the man shape.
All right, let's go towards it. Oh, there he is. What's up, dude? He's full of coins. You shouldn't eat those. You can't digest them, you idiot. You fool. I'm probably gonna need
nice.
this. Oh, it's dark.
The documentary does a few very funny things, which is that it says that Grand Theft Auto is one big world that all players are in at the same time.
Simply untrue. All right, I'll press this. That has lit up the darkness. I'll go back and press this one.
And that it's like a world where anything is possible. And I'm just like, I think you talk about Second Life.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who really take Grand Theft Auto very seriously. And I guess there are, like, Grand Theft Auto role players. But GTA Online is very instanced.
You wouldn't know that if you watched the documentary.
Yeah, we gotta slap his coin belly. Oh, this is
Nope.
nice. Yo, it's time. Here comes the mummy.
Who's there?
Talking to Adamic back.
Where are you?
He's doing throat clicks too.
Oh, there's his hand.
There he is. Oh, it's just a big man. I don't know if Indy should have just stood there while that guy was processing him.
Well, maybe he could have wanted peace.
That's true. The next word he said in Endemic could have been peace. Okay, I mean I know where he is. That doesn't really help me.
No one is saying that GTA 5 role playing isn't
I
a
have to
thing.
stay off the quines.
It's just not a thing that is ever mentioned in the documentary, or would it even imply existed.
He spooked me. He spooked me and it made me forget to stay off the coins. Get off the coins, Indy. There's so many coins. Okay. Where's the buttons? Where are those buttons? Here's one. Boom. Come on. Okay, he doesn't mind that at all.
Yeah, well, he's blind. Now that you see him, just hit him with stuff.
I'm gonna hit him with the stick. Whoa. Back off. Back off.
Yeah.
This guy's tough.
I mean, you do have your gun.
Let go. Look at his face. It's all bloody.
Pull your gun out.
Okay.
And also crouch.
There we go. Listen to this, motherfucker. Ow. I'm so bad with this gun. Alright. We gotta reload.
Oh,
That's right. Reload is left click, of course. Peter Piper says GTA 5 roleplay is so big that I think Rockstar treats one of the main servers.
To that.
Okay.
Move on.
I guess Amonic's got a point. I could try to lighter on him. This guy just doesn't seem very scary now.
You can attack with torches, but not the lighter.
Hold on. Maybe if I do it
You
right.
can't even see it because he's blind.
All right, fine. I guess I'll just shoot him in the head.
I did it.
Fuck you.
Can I just say another victory for the stand behind a knee-high piece of furniture?
It is very funny how easy it is to manipulate their AI.
Yeah, I was out here like screaming and like turning on all the platforms and.
What name?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the lights were going to be more relevant. But I guess that's on theme for us.
I thought they were too. So I'm in fact baffled, confused.
Yeah, this is a weird design decision to just make the lights not matter. Or I guess you need at minimum one because you do need to see.
Mm-hmm.
Sheer Bliss, I mean, he's never eaten refined sugar probably in his whole life. He's been down here eating rocks, and that's just been, mineralizing the crap out of his dang teeth.
Coins.
Yeah, he could have been eating gold coins, and maybe that's the secret to having immortal teeth. All right, let me in here. I gotta get in there.
Nope.
I need to be in that hole.
No, you gotta put the thingy in the statue.
Oh, I guess.
That he attacked you at while you were looking at.
It is cool that they, sent the guy down there with the key to keep people from getting.
No, I think
the
he
key.
was. I believe, considering we were hearing him the whole time, that he just lives down here.
That's what I mean, though. Like, why? If you don't want anyone getting access to it, why does the guy living down there have the key?
The buttons do matter because that's what opens this again.
It opens the belly.
Damn.
Yeah. But you only really need one button to fight the guy. I guess if you're really a true gamer, you can fight him with 0 buttons.
Well, if you have 18 billion bullets in your gun.
Shirbliss says, counterpoint, ancient Egyptians before proper mills to grind their grains had horrendous teeth because little husks and rocks would chip in and get baked into their breads.
Ancient Egyptians.
Yeah, he's a dominant.
By hundreds of years.
And we didn't say he was eating grains. We said he's eating rocks and coins, which are really good for your teeth.
I mean, we don't even know if giants need to eat.
You are a genius.
If they don't, I feel bad for them. Eating is wonderful.
I mean, I bet they can. Like, you think Locus was just hanging out in Italy, not eating a pastry? Cena, cut it out. Cut that out. Stop pulling on it.
Eats bones.
That's Big Bone.
Yeah. This guy ran out of coins to eat.
Well, I think maybe these guys just, like, died
yes.
for the art.
I can tell from the, I think I figured out why this guy died. I think I know what was wrong with him. Yep. Just call me Emily Deschanel. I'm reading the bones.
Wow.
What?
I mean, I'm just shocked
that I know any actor's name.
That you got the actress of Bones.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I was gonna flex by saying the male actor's name because I definitely have known that guy's name anymore. But right now,
David
no. Right now, before you reminded me of his name, the only name that was coming to mind was Rick Moranis. And Rick Moranis as the FBI guy in Bones would be really good.
You have to remember David Boreanaz because he's Squall in Kingdom Hearts.
Chat, get him!
AKA Leon.
Oh wait, did Chat already get him? Chat
No.
already get him.
Now they got him. Yeah, bust it.
Bussin' makes him feel good.
No, bust it.
He's bussing it. As Minister says, I feel like rocks getting into the grain and chipping teeth implies that eating rocks and coins on purpose. Wait, is that?
Maybe if your teeth are weak.
Yeah, no, the problem was the husks, not the rocks. The rocks were, they make your enamel better.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
There's a reason they call the process of building up enamel mineralization.
Egyptian computer chip.
Oh shit.
Where are you going?
What do I use my
look.
lasso on? Here's the exit.
Nope.
No, I just had to jump.
You were dying.
I just had to jump.
Get it.
Get in there. Wah! Whoa! What? He didn't do it fast enough. He did it slow.
At least you lived.
Yeah, honestly, that was speed tech. That was a shortcut.
Look at that Tress effects. Why do you keep getting out of the game?
Sorry, I had chat scrolled and it was bothering me. It's still scrolled. Stop doing that.
You got the computer chip.
Thank God I got this rumble pack.
Retro. Oh, your hat.
There it goes.
That's why you had to switch outfits, by the way.
Yeah, so that it would make sense. I'm glad that they do they think I'd be like really mad if they didn't force me to switch outfits and Indy was just wearing different clothes in the cutscene?
No,
you think they'd be like,
John,
that I'd be sitting at my computer like, what the fuck? He's not wearing the clothes!
Open your bag to get a key, and then put the key in the lock, and then turn the lock to the right.
Yeah, so you're just saying that this is for them.
This is for them.
This is what they like.
Them and me.
They like making me make Indy change clothes manually.
What are you doing here, Dr. Jones?
Dang, the Nazis got the computer
Enjoying
chip.
the sun? You think you know the Great Circle. And you don't know its power. Or the power of this. But I am the one unlocking its truth, piece by piece.
Oh, yeah?
No,
I
House
saw the
Minister
trace.
doesn't know about
I
our
found
favorite
that stone.
skull
Here's what
analyzer.
you're missing, boss. Archaeology,
Oh.
a game of wits, of
With
determination.
Yeah,
of
he's-
ape
preparation.
attacks.
He is pretty bad news. Yeah, he has a monkey form.
Let me tell you what you...
Yeah.
Much as I threatened to turn into a giant ape when I was lost in those ancient ruins earlier.
While you were playing
This man will turn into an
pointless
ape for
game,
no reason.
I was playing you.
He's getting down on Indy's level.
Damn, look at that hand
He's-
hair.
I can
Look
hear
at that
Yeah.
knuckle hair.
Yeah, tress effects for the digital hair.
You're wondering if maybe
This
you
is
should
what I
have
want from video games.
built
I just want hairier hands. I want a hairy hand slider.
something up here. That
Look at the sweat coming off of his nose.
I do not like how he has like plumes of spit. He's so
The
nasty.
sweat on his forehead. This is video games, man.
Dr.
Don't worry, House Master. These two will
For
never
you,
kiss.
violence is always the answer, yes?
No, in fact, he will tell you the skull shape you need to be gay.
Herr Sturmbannführer.
First person buried in sand simulation. I am Indiana Jones.
Do you remember how? Get out of it! Stop taking my stream.
The
away.
scroll is killing me. I'm sorry. Okay.
Das ist ein gefährlicher Aufstieg zu dieser Jahreszeit.
Überlassen Sie das mir,
you
Herr
go
Sturmbannführer.
Chat can't see it, but every time he
Schön,
clicks
was
out of the
gedreht.
game for me, it
Ich hab
takes
nicht
away
meine
my
Vorstellung
stream.
über so eine
I mean, it still
gefährliche-
pauses the game for them. So they probably don't like it either, but I
einen so
need
herrlichen Sieg für das Vaterland zu
I
bescheren.
need the scroll
Herr
thing to go
Sturmbannführer.
away. I wish they would. I wish
Wenn Sie unbedingt darauf
Indy's whip was unburied so I could just sort of flop the whip around.
Volk würde nicht nur mich,
Um,
sondern sicherlich auch den
is
Führer
it still not scrolling for you?
Jawohl,
No, it is.
Bitte ziehen Sie sich warm an.
Okay.
jawohl.
It's fine
Heil
now.
Hitler!
I think these guys are bad news.
Yeah, anyone who says Heil Hitler is probably bad.
They're going to the Himalayas.
Haben Sie aufgepasst, Bergmann? Erst gegen
I'm just
Sie,
gonna stare right into the sun until I go blind. That's my
Willen
revenge.
schwachen Mann schwört seine unsterbliche Treue.
Don't make monkey noises at me, please.
What is my joke, thief?
don't
Oh,
want you to catch
you
a
shouldn't
signal.
associate with him.
Would we, Dr. Jones?
Who's
Well, I did it.
that? Feels like a
I did
pretty
it in response to them
common
doing
joke.
Heil Hitler.
What is that? Who are you stealing that joke from?
Well,
Oh,
when they
House
rolled
Minister.
up in
Okay,
their-
House Minister, you shouldn't associate.
When they
with
rolled up in their jeeps, House Minister said, "This guy seems like bad news."
me. Yeah.
House
House Minister, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, you don't. No.
There are so many streams of consciousness. If you've never streamed before with like any level of chat engagement, it's hard to describe it. But there are so many fucking streams of consciousness going at once.
John, blow him away.
I gotta blow. Oh no.
Blow him away. He's gonna hit you. He's gonna hit you. John. John.
Scorpion blowing simulator
Oh
2025.
my God. Right there. Get.
No.
Get away.
No.
Get away from me.
Oh, I'm being killed. I'm not blowing fast enough.
Get away.
Yes, this is when I reveal to you that if you had just given up, you would have died and restarted the sequence.
That's awesome.
We're coming, Dr. Jones!
House Minister, I'm not big timing you. I'm just saying that it's hard for me to keep like time breaks down
Yeah,
while I'm
if it's
streaming.
any consolation, House Minister, I barely look at chat, so I probably didn't actually steal the joke from you.
So it's hard for me to keep the recent temporal sequence of events.
Yeah, I
in my
mean, I don't
mind.
really worry that much about what the
Drink,
chat's
Dr.
saying.
Jones.
Drink this water will cure your
The little
1,000
names
scorpion
I
stings.
like to say.
The nieces
Jones
have
still alive. You're beginning to grow on me, Jones.
the nieces have. I don't know if you guys hear the knocking. The nieces have
I don't.
determined that I am in my office, and now they are knocking on the door real loud.
Bro, tell them to go to bed. It's 9:30.
They go to bed whenever they want.
He took the
It's
stones.
crazy.
I think I know where
They're free range babies.
brought me this.
I didn't realize your sister was unlearning or whatever.
No.
Operation Grosser Kreis.
Free range baby is way different from unschooling.
Great circle.
Some time ago, Voss discovered an ancient scroll in a tomb in North Africa concerning forbidden stones. Back in March of this year, he had secured funding for a dig in Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
One of the sites of the Great Circle.
Yes, exactly, and there, underneath the ruins, he discovered.
The stone.
Somehow Voss lured my sister to Machu Picchu because he needed her expertise.
Translate the carving of the Adamic on the stone.
Yes, but then the
Sheer
stone
bliss,
was
this is
lost.
his
What happened
routine.
is a mystery. They
He does
classified
this
it
every
as
night. He gets
however,
buried in sand and stung by
when I was
100
listening to the
scorpions,
Nazi transmission,
and then fed
I
water.
intercepted the Morse code coming from the Himalayas.
Where Voss is sending all of his men.
And I
Keeps him
wrote down the
hydrated.
exact coordinates.
It's kind of similar to Botox,
They're looking for
and
the stone.
it exfoliates him.
We have to get there before the Nazis do.
Yes, but they're too
The only
fast.
problem is he
How can
cannot
I
move
get
any
there?
muscle in his
My
face
friends.
voluntarily.
May I propose a speedy ride aboard?
Man, John,
Scarlet
this
Arrow.
playthrough has been blowing my mind.
Why is that?
This is 2 worlds now where what I thought was a mandatory story quest, you just never encountered it.
Yeah, I just never did it. This is gonna
Like,
be yeah. This
like
this is
in-
gonna be one of those
in
those
Italy, John.
yeah.
There was a whole mission about like Gina getting kidnapped by the black shirts and you like breaking her out.
What's up?
And in Gizeh, there was a whole thing about finding the golden mask under the Sphinx.
What
Yeah.
have you
I mean-
found there, Indiana?
This is gonna be one of those playthroughs that encourages viewers to
Picture of
actually play the game themselves, because
Laura Lombardi.
I'm not touching like any optional content. I just want to rush through Indy's life.
You gave up after those 18 knockouts.
I wanna do the click version of Indiana Jones's entire life story. He's gonna see like the 3 major things that he's done in his life, and then he's just gonna fast forward to his own gravestone.
Indiana,
Oh,
if you care for her.
I don't think the Scorpions were ideologically committed. I think
Why
they
are you
were
two whispering
opportunists.
yeah, that wasn't our first time
Just
encounter.
saying.
Wait, no.
I've telegraphed a local guide I
Without
know who will take
the
you into the
Sphinx
Himalayas.
They were
adventure-
profiting off of the exploitation of the regime.
Without the Sphinx
should go with
adventure,
us.
which introduced
You're better off
Indy's
without me,
war
darling.
against
That was
the
a bit cold.
Scorpions, I guess that was your first time encountering them.
No. We saw a big crowd of Scorpions earlier, and Indy had to bat them away with a torch.
Wasn't that like a optional thing off to the side?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it was optional, but I still did it.
Yeah.
In this Indiana Jones timeline, he did not just encounter Scorpions out of nowhere. They were known quantities.
That's the Yetis. Now we're in The Mummy 3.
Mohonic says, I love the idea of Indy's big boss fight against Scorpions, and Sheer Bliss points out, that's just The Mummy 2, featuring The Rock as the Scorpion King, who is the boss of the Scorpions.
No, like
The stone
the
has got to be up
Sphinx
there.
adventure. In
But Indy
is-
often has
is-
boss fights against small animals.
It's so hard to stress that the Sphinx adventure in Gizeh that John could have had is literally all about being constantly assaulted by scorpions.
Yeah.
And you and Gina have to work together to spurn them.
Spurn them?
They literally start descending from the ceiling. Like there are vents that just start shooting out scorpions.
Don't scare me like that.
Yeah, it's just spurn is an interesting term for it. I don't think scorpions
yeah.
sting you because they're romantically attracted to you.
Well, no, it's more like Gina figures out how to scare the scorpions away with lights.
Though, I don't know, this tale of the frog and the scorpion, maybe the scorpion was in love with the frog and didn't know any other way to express its affection. That's a what if we queered the canon of the frog and the scorpion?
So do you think you'll get to fight a Yeti?
I don't know. Probably not. So far the most exotic thing I've fought has been a big man who's also blind.
I'm so...
And I did feel a little bad about that.
My brain is racking what in the last zone could be the optional thing that I just never realized was an optional thing.
Before. What were you doing?
But we'll worry about it then.
I guess we will.
Have you ever seen The Mummy 3 and the, what is it, the Jade Emperor?
I don't think so.
Better let me try it first.
I watched The Mummy and The Mummy 2 a long time ago. You know, when they came out.
The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Watch out!
Brendan Fraser's kids meet the Yeti in the Himalayas, and they like play.
This is why I'm a brave adventurer and you're a fucking amateur. Look at me. Witness me. This bridge is not scary. It's just a bridge.
There's just literally an extended sequence of the Yetis playing soccer with children.
That's pretty sick, actually. I like that. So the Yetis are good guys?
And then the Yetis are unilaterally good guys.
I'm gonna go this way.
And they help them fight Jet, or what is it? I think it was Jet Li.
Mm-hmm. What is this? Are these my hoodie strings?
Yeah, those are your hat. I think they might be your hat strings, because I don't think the hoodie's invented yet.
Yo, there's a path here. Sometimes the game rewards my oppositional defiance disorder. Oh, is this the way I was supposed to go?
This is the way you're supposed to go.
I'm so disappointed.
But the game does award your oppositional defiance.
Sometimes.
Like the reverse of because you're like refusing to play the game as much as you can.
What do you think oppositional defiance is?
I just thought to me that would normally mean like refusing to go where the game is telling you to go.
So what is over here? Just some more extremely safe bridges.
Yeah.
We're not here to enjoy the view anyway.
Okay, this is the other way.
Yeah, where'd she go? Where's that Spanish lady, Gina? Gina Tortellini.
So, you remember where we met Gina, right?
In the...
Like just
near the Mediterranean Sea.
Near the Mediterranean Sea. Mahonix says Indy doesn't have sufficient Hammond to break those icicles, which is a pity. It's all you gotta do is breathe, idiot. Just remember to breathe. This is cool. This is cool.
Then I'm not crazy.
Yeah. I think this is the ship we heard about that went missing in Peru.
Let's get a closer look.
That doesn't sound right. This is nowhere near Peru.
well, it's like, you know how like taking you know how you, like if you take a, God, what am I thinking when they're called jumps? When you go up a little ramp to get sick air.
Ollie?
No. When you like, you know, you go up a little ramp to get air, like, you know, to jump some buses or whatever.
Okay.
Now apply that on a scale of the size of
Peru
battleships.
Like if Peru was the ramp, and you whipped a battleship up Peru, then yeah, I guess it could land in the Himalayas. This is the world's biggest tech deck. This is the world's first tech deck, biggest tech deck. Imagine if a tech deck was many, many, many times bigger than a skateboard. The tech deck upon which rest the fingers of God.
Wow.
You've had to do some hiking in the snow, right? Being born in Vermont as you were.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks, huh?
Nazi battleship?
If you're not dressed for it, it sucks.
Why aren't these guys wearing snowshoes?
Probably because you wouldn't want to be wearing snowshoes if you're having to climb the mountain parts.
I guess that's true. The grade doesn't seem too bad. Especially not here.
God, look at your snow trail. Look behind you. I want to see it.
Yeah, my snail trail.
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
And look how snowy your pants are. This is video games to me.
Let's hope not.
Pat just wants to,
all I
like,
want.
notice details about his character model. If you could make an entire video game where, like, just small things happen to your character model and you notice them, that would be Pat's 10 out of 10 all time.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing that new Assassin's Creed game, and in the winter, there'll be, like, blinding snow. You can't see shit, and I'm like, oh my god.
Dude, there's so much to notice.
Snowstorms.
Look, there's a hole.
Good thing I brought my whip.
I see it. The stone's gotta be inside that ship.
Sure. I guess it does have to be in there. Get in there.
Do you have any food in your pockets?
I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, I brought a couple breads with me.
You know, right from Egypt, we got the cookies.
Yeah. They are so stale. Okay, I guess.
You alright?
Ugh. Climbing a thin leather whip while your hands are like aching with cold. Hellish experience.
Can't believe you just died.
Yeah, that's the end of the
No, you're
game.
fine.
Okay.
Man, it would.
This is
suck
not a place
to
I
be-
can. Okay, this is a place I can go. There's all
it
kinds
would
of crap
suck
in
to
here.
be dressed for Peru and in a boat, and suddenly you're in the Himalayas.
Yeah, I think I'd just die. I think I'd just lay down and decide to die.
Yeah, I mean, I'm. Maybe they figured it out. Maybe they cracked the code.
Keep up, Gina.
Ooh. Yeah. Wait, was that a dead guy behind you? No. But there's a thingy.
Wheel.
And there's something above the desk.
Sick.
I'm sure, Gina, I'm sure your sister's okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
I know this is where we were gonna find her,
Whatever botched
but
experiment the Nazis were up to, they certainly weren't prepared for
She's
this.
probably in the warm part of the ship. Gina's not even
Do
phased.
you know how to handle it?
Hand it over.
Handle it over.
That's enough.
do you want to get haunted? Because ghosts are real and they can live in boxes.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
There's a glowing note
Where?
over that desk.
Where is it? Is it this? Is it this?
Nope. Nope.
This?
What
Map.
No, it's the map.
Cool map.
Nice. Cool mitts.
Not through here. Excuse me, Gina.
Well, let's look at the map.
I'll never look at the map.
That's where you came from.
Do I need
Should
the
be able
stick?
to open a door now with a door handle.
Is it this one?
Did anyone remove the wheel?
Boom.
I don't know. Maybe it broke off when he was trying to get in.
Why would anyone break? Oh.
Oh, God.
Owned.
Yeah.
Owned.
Well, these were the guys that
They didn't stand a chance.
I think almost half the crew is dead now. We need to remove bodies, but it can wait. The cold slows the rot. I organize the surviving members of my division into groups. One is scouting the larder for supplies, and the others are trying to find anything burnable. Heat is a higher priority than food right now. We can endure long enough for rescue to arrive, but some are not cooperative. A group of the men declared the mess their territory. They shoot anybody who tries to get in. Another group abandoned their posts and went outside in a foolish attempt to climb down the mountain and find help. And no one knows where the captain and his officers are. Cowards. We can survive this, but only if we work together for the greater... Gina, could you get out of my way?
Peter Piper ghosts are real because they live in the Ark of the Covenant, and they can melt your skin.
Yeah, the ghosts are real, but it takes a very specific environment to stabilize them.
Oh, look at this guy.
Owned.
Looking real Popeye the Sailor Man.
Should eat more spinach. Maybe he wouldn't be fucking dead.
He's like, I yamped what I yamped.
Alive. Man. It's a sad scene. But it happened to
Well,
Nazis, so I guess
sad.
it's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not that sad.
Yeah. Okay. Guess I'm going upstairs. Some stuff over here.
You don't need bandages.
Some more owned idiots.
You love to... Oh, big pipe.
Okay. The only reason to go around there was to trade up to a bigger pipe. That's fine. Wait. Is that something? No, it's not.
No.
It will take forever to search the whole ship.
We should start by trying to find the captain.
Let's find that fucking
I'll
loser.
get this out.
Man. I do think it would be pretty fun to just sort of have free license to wander around in a big boat.
Gina.
In your life in general?
Yeah, just be allowed to go wherever you want in a big battleship-sized boat.
Have you never been on a big boat?
I have, but I wasn't allowed to just wander around. They're pretty
How big was the
particular
boat?
about where you go on the boat. I mean, I've been on battleships. I slept on a battleship when I was in Boy Scouts, and they did not let us wander around.
That sound.
Oh, so I guess it wasn't decommissioned.
It was decommissioned, but they didn't. Again, even decommissioned ships, they don't just let you wander
Head
around.
start, but Gans and his men will be here sooner or later.
I would have to do
I mean,
some
I
kind
felt-
of
Off this ship.
mix-up
It's
library kind of
well-trodden
thing.
It's well trodden that I have spent much time on cruise ships.
Yeah, Peter Piper was on that ship. They would get real mad if you wandered around.
Oh no.
I mean, there were lots of parts of the
This
cruise
is
ship
so-
you weren't allowed to go to.
I didn't find them.
Because they were behind
I-
staff-only doors.
We found the warm room.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'm sure she did a great job of dying last. Come on, show us the face. Show us the grisly contortions of death.
Or I hope we can ride the boat down the mountain like with like a big skateboard or a big snowboard rather.
That would be so cool.
I need to know what the hell happened here.
But if I was on this boat dying of exposure, I would fire the guns.
And I will help you.
Yeah,
Like,
sheer
get
bliss.
off
We
the
found the
boat.
sister. The sister froze to death. She did not manage to sequester herself in some kind
Yeah,
of
here she is.
eternal warm room. Yeah, we've only
Well,
seen the
let's
back
cover
of her
that.
head.
Let's cover that back up. The boat
Amahunek, the implication is that the Nazis were doing some kind of science experiment, and the boat somehow teleported onto the mountain from Peru.
Yeah, from Peru. The boat went missing in Peru and ended up in the Himalayas.
Yeah, this is where the ancient science magic part of Indiana Jones comes in.
Perhaps another clue from your sister that can help us.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is why if I was one of these sailors, I'd be like, let's fire all the guns. Let's use every ounce of ammo on this dang thing. Our boss is fucked up, and now we're gonna die here. I'm at least gonna shoot these big ass guns.
Not willingly.
Sounds like you got company.
They followed us here? They're so committed.
Well, we went here because they mentioned it.
Where he can fold the earth by speaking the word.
There we go. Ancient Sumerian teleportation. Ancient Assyrian Lamassus just entering stargates.
They're doing the map folding.
They've broken through.
Alright, let's get off this dang boat.
Honestly, Amahunek, a holistic Indiana Jones world, when described like that, kind of rips. Like, yes, aliens are real. So is Christian God. So is the Kali Ma dude.
Yeah, wait.
I'm gonna punch this guy in the butt.
Saying that
Punching him right in the
like
ass.
An hour ago, and House Bannister was saying, like, you don't know that. You don't know what it is that's real.
Yeah.
Come on.
Why does he get to say it?
You're just gonna have to get used to your role. I mean, Amahunek said it this time, and you're just gonna have to get
that's why I said, why does he get to say it?
You're just gonna have to
But
get used to your role as a streamer, which is to be attacked relentlessly by chat until you die or they die.
I have to find out the truth about my sister and why she was here on this dumb ship.
We're gonna find out. Let's start with
Stick.
the clues. Yeah?
Come on, let's keep going.
Well, thank God. You know what? Here's why all these people
Yes, Peter
died.
Piper. We are the dancers from Rites of Spring who welcome the new season by dancing ourselves to death.
You might want to crouch if she's crouching.
You sure?
What was that? I hear nothing.
This must be where the Morse code was sent from.
It makes the Warcraft world building look coherent. They're doing a public service.
I mean, there's plenty of there's plenty of settings where everything is real.
Mage.
I was thinking of like the X-Files, the works of the sex criminal Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
Whether it's in like the Sandman or
So do you think kitchen sink universes are like a sign of moral decay?
What did you gotta say that? Say it like that?
What, kitchen sink universes?
Yeah, what is it, you a TV tropes page?
I don't know why you're mad at me for coming up with a concise way of conveying the idea so that I don't have to like say an entire sentence to describe the thing every time.
But what is it? Is it a sign of moral decay? I don't know why.
Because Neil Gaiman did it?
Well, Indiana Jones did it.
Get out of here! Both of you! What the hell are you doing? Alright, I have to kill these guys.
Well, at least you get this guy's gun after.
Do I? Yeah, I do. Get out of the way! Okay, that alerted everyone.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think simply people used to be morally correct and didn't think about world building as something that needs to be coherent.
It's like a discrete thing.
Or even a term that they would think to use.
I don't know, man. This present state of genre literature seems to disagree.
But, I mean, John, how do you think I feel? What do you think I think about world building?
New Orders, May 5th, 1937. Captain Altrichter. I think your thoughts on world building is if it ain't Elric, you push it away like a 2-year-old pushing away a plate of peas.
I just think it's I don't think it's a useful term for me or a lens to view works of fiction.
Mm-hmm. House Minister and Amonic. Yeah, it's a Brandonization of fantasy. Should it be Brandonization or Sandersonization? It should be Brandandandandization. There we go. And House Manager says, I feel like you can make a coherent understanding of the Indiana Jones canon if you assume that the magic shit he finds is artifacts explained by ancient cultures via religion, as opposed to evidence that the religions are true. I did say as much when we were talking about
how does that explain the
Ark of the Covenant. I said something like, what if it's just ancient science that we don't understand? All right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's Crystal Skull.
Captain Altrichter received a telegram this morning ordering the crew to leave for Peru. Orders from High Command, I imagine. Oh, I wasn't paying attention then. That's okay. Montana, Bandana, Fofana, Rosanna, Brandon, Sandander, Dandization. Orders from High Command, I imagine. Apparently there is some top-secret expedition that needs our assistance. Something very important has been found in the mountains of South America. Get out of my way, Gina! She's like slapping the paper out of my hand. I feel very excited, as I've never been to Peru. Maybe I can get my hands on some primitive idols from the expedition. Once we are back in the fatherland, I'll talk to my cousin at the Pergamon Museum about prices. If I'm lucky, I can sell them for enough to buy a small, out-of-the-way farmhouse. Well, time for bed now. I have a busy morning tomorrow. I love Nazi being like, oh, it's bedtime.
Pacific.
Gosh, I'm so tired. Time to tuck in for sleep. I have a busy Nazi day tomorrow.
I hope nothing bad happens to me.
I mean, I'm being a shithead. To a certain extent, I agree that the idea of world building is like a discipline, the overemphasis on trying to maintain like a cohesive world and a detailed and in-depth world, I do think has in many cases been like a bad, what's the word I'm looking for? A bad incentive. But I don't know, art is big and weird, and
to me,
a lot of things can be both good and bad.
To me, it's more like world building is just part of the story. Like, it doesn't seem, like, to me, it's not a separate aspect.
Right, I mean, you're just worried, what you're concerned about is that there's an emphasis on it in science fiction and fantasy.
Well, no, it's
and an emphasis
like,
on a specific type of world building.
No, I think it's more like I think it's annoying to hear people talk about stuff in books like it's real.
Okay, yeah. What you're bothered by, I guess, is the participatory aspect, where people who have read the book then discuss it along those lines, like under that as a rubric.
Yeah, to me, it's more like it makes sense. It makes complete sense to me that Indiana Jones has never had a consistent kind of universal logic to it, because it is a mashup from the beginning, right, of the like pulp fiction from like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas's childhood. Like, it's Zorro, it's Alan Quatermain.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
it's The Secret of the Incas, or
there's nothing.
Lords of Arabia.
There's nothing implicitly. Just take this. There's nothing implicitly pejorative about anything you just said. Like, you basically just described it as being an extension of like, or an enhancement of an earlier paradigm, which is something that happens in genre fiction all the time.
Yeah, and I just don't care about it.
Yeah. Okay, a
I don't-
lot
I
of
don't-
chat has
I
scrolled
don't-
by. I'm actually going to have to scroll back to engage with all of this. People are really opinionated on this, which
You
makes
should just
sense.
let
We got
them
a
keep talking to
we
each
got a
other.
lot of damn fantasy readers in chat.
You gotta just let them talk to each other.
You don't fucking understand how Twitch works.
because you gotta play through this game, or you're never getting through this game if you're worried about chat.
Ramonic says, it's not like Sanderson leads the charge, he's just a notable example. I and many others were doing the same things before we encountered Sanderson. I mean, with Sanderson specifically, right? Like, he took over the Wheel of Time project when that guy got dementia. And, like, one of the reasons he took over is because the Wheel of Time universe is also
died.
very...
He died.
I thought... Okay. I thought he
died,
gave it to
died.
Sanderson when he got dementia and then died
No,
later.
he like okayed who would do it, and he had like a bunch of notes and stuff put together.
Okay. But my point is that guy is a predecessor of Sanderson, and he was like the Wheel of Time is a like really lore heavy kind of universe and has a fan base that really engages with the cosmology of the fiction. As Manager says, I feel like it's attractive when it's made into the goal itself. I think that's true of almost any kind of instrumental writing. We've talked about
Yeah, I mean the thing is that I feel like
we've talked about
I mean, I guess it's shifted
progfic
now,
a
but
lot.
I feel like world building is primarily a focus for fans, which makes a lot of sense if they are interested in the the communal aspects of like hey, fan fiction from going back to like the 60s and zines and shit,
or having
making games,
bad arguments on Reddit about your favorite books.
Well, that's why I said 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
So you couldn't be on Reddit.
Yeah, back when the world was good, when everything was fine, the 60s and 70s.
Because it's like, is it like Dune has a? Does Dune have a fucking
subreddit
index or like a? Is that one of the books that had that huge things in the back for you to see? And
it might have had some appendices. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that stuff's always been there.
Yeah,
it's just who cares about it, and the answer is usually primarily fans, and the answer is as culture has shifted with the internet to a much larger participatory thing that the fans have eclipsed. Fans by and large eclipse the work.
Sheerbliss says, I mean, just look at Kingdom Hearts, completely coherent storytelling. You're going to have to, next time King Kelson's in the chat, you're going to have to talk to him about that. You're going to find no other sympathetic ears in this motherfucking House of God for that shit.
I think it's fine.
Oh, okay. That's right. Oh, that's right. You are a Kingdom Hearts head.
I'm the Kingdom Hearts guy.
That sucks, man.
King Kelson just threatens to become a Kingdom Hearts guy.
No, King Kelson has played basically all the games. He's a Kingdom Hearts guy.
From the last time
don't gatekeep
he
this
was
shit.
going to. He had done the first two. He hasn't played 3 yet.
Whatever,
for
man.
instance.
House Manager says Patrick hates lore fans. Monarch says it's ultimately a response to the increased fan culture where fans are willing to pick apart any inconsistencies, and authors who are often fans themselves start writing to avoid that as a higher and higher priority. Yeah, this is kind of what I mean by instrumental writing. Like, I've started using that term instrumental in the sense of instrumental play with a lot of other things. After that fucking it's rude to be bad at Warcraft video, because instrumentalizing creative pursuits or forms of play is like one of the arch enemies of my entire life. This is why I'm not a big fan of like extremely crunchy tactical role-playing game systems, is because I think it incentivizes instrumental play. And
we gotta play. I gotta show you. I gotta play this new game I got with you.
I guess main point, when you create kind of a currency of legitimacy through some kind of instrumental rubric that you're imposing on a work of art, it gets
I guess
tedious.
Maybe I think my thing, John, is that I just don't like fans.
Yeah,
I don't want to be around.
Pat doesn't want to be aware of fans, and books from the
I don't
60s and
wanna
70s did
hear
have
talk.
that advantage of like not necessarily having an unavoidable fan community.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least, as the God, what is it? What now that the internet is like 4 places?
Yeah, that's I guess that's what I mean by like now it is unavoidable because the internet is 4 places. If you're like tuned into any of the channels in which these things would be discussed in any of those 4 places, you're going to see every fucking take that comes across the desk.
I mean, you know what? I also I just know too much about about the world of man to willingly become a fan of anything.
You're jaded. You've been
yeah,
burned.
I mean, I
You've
just
been hurt.
learned. I fucking like. I don't think I remember I told you about this, but I was telling you about how I learned the famous 70s fantasy writer Marianne Zimmer Bradley, who did like the Mists of Avalon, was a child molester and helped her husband cover up him being a child molester.
That's rough. I guess to keep working through the backlog because people are still posting shit, which means this is going to take even longer. I've sent us to the conference room because there's so much chat to get through.
We're talking about Neil Gaiman and his multiple sexual abuse allegations.
Yeah.
Go back to the game.
No.
I don't care about this.
Yeah, I do.
A tangent I don't care about. This whole conversation has been about how I don't care about something. Now we won't stop talking about what I don't care about.
Sorry, everyone else is engaged, Pat. Sheer Bliss says, deeply funny that an archaeologist doesn't have a coherent storyline, or an archeologist's story doesn't have a coherent storyline. I mean, it also kind of makes sense, right? Archaeology is all about...
sense because of how archaeology is portrayed in the fiction that this stuff is riffing from.
Well, also just how archaeology is. Archaeologists are constantly like looking at a shard of clay and being like, I think this was a timekeeping device, and then like writing that down somewhere.
Archaeology now isn't really archaeology, in the late 1800s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it is a lot of adventuring and stealing and killing.
But there is still a lot of having to like jump to conclusions and make suppositions and try and put together a coherent story from an incoherent record of material objects.
I watched the original Mummy recently.
Hold on, we're still working through it. Omahanek.
Oh my god.
Additionally, fans are willing to engage with any amount of minutia, and authors similarly can make things as elaborate as possible. Which I feel like this is one of the many kind of like tainted what's the word I'm looking for? Tainted sources from which the prog-fic genre is constructed. The highly complex, like, what's the word I'm looking for? The culturally complex phenomena of prog-fic. The fact that you can now deliver additional narrative content to your audience instantaneously and do it forever is like a big. It means that you can create a forever story, right? Like the kind of thing that manga authors have been doing forever.
Fanficification.
Yeah, but now you can do it completely independently, and you don't need a publisher to sign on to what you're doing. Ask Manager says, I agree to the extent that it's annoying when books write for lore fans, which I think is a fine take. Monik says, this all arguably goes back to Tolkien unexpectedly finding an audience for his weird hobby. Agree. I'm not aware of any like anachronistic predecessors to Tolkien when it comes to constructing lore, other than I guess like the myths that Tolkien's drawing from, right?
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say,
those were just stories that someone came up with, so I guess they were
Arthur.
La Mort d'Arthur.
Yeah, that has world building.
Man, I have this really fond memory of Christopher listening to an audiobook of La Mort d'Arthur that
that must have gotten crazy.
It really no, it was in English. It was an English translation, but it really did go crazy because the audiobook reader had this like incredible cadence. So he was reading all this kind of like King James style English text, and he was reading it with this sort of cadence, and thus Arthur went down to the river and encountered Lady Nimue, and and it was like someone reciting a liturgy.
I mean, other obvious predecessors to Tolkien, H.P. Lovecraft has his famous mythos.
Was Lovecraft before Tolkien?
Yeah. Lovecraft was during racism, was during like the 1310s and stuff, or 1910. Sorry, he was like doing like around pre and post World War I.
Interesting.
And the Hobbit's not till like a couple later.
And then Omonik says, like so many things in fantasy and sci-fi, this is the fault of Star Wars and the Star Wars fandom. Yes, fuck them. We are united against Star Wars.
I don't. I think it starts with the Tolkien fandom.
But I'm happy to blame Star Wars.
I think because Star Wars has inconsistent, contradictory world building. Star Wars
but it also it also spawned a highly instrumentalized genre of world building novels. To be fair, Tolkien did publish the Silmarillion,
which contradicted the movies and each other.
Yeah. But the coherency is not the only dimension of this phenomenon we're talking about. It's also volume and like fan appetite. But as I was going to say, Tolkien did publish the Silmarillion, and that's an unforgivable sin. I'm fucking sorry.
I believe he was dead.
Okay, whatever. Someone published the Silmarillion, and that's a bad idea.
Because that's why it's not a book.
Yeah.
I was going to say Edgar Rice Burroughs. You know, he had lore. John Carter, Tarzan.
Just listing lore, guys.
Well,
Housemaster says
asking for anachronistic.
I was just saying that I wasn't having a bunch off the dome, and we've now established that they do exist. The list can be concluded. Housemaster says, I mean, I feel like there is value in setting as a medium through which you can examine a story's assumption about the world, obviously. And by world, I mean our world. Your viewership 5 has never been higher.
I think it's
the
good
fans
when
love this
words
conversation.
come together to tell a coherent thought, to paint a larger picture when combined on a page.
Mm-hmm. Peter Piper says, I mean, Herbert wrote Dune because he became obsessed with ecology, which is interesting. I did not know about that. I knew a little bit about Herbert's political past.
I believe he also loved Islam.
Yeah, and I think his
his
specific views on politics and the way he engages with politics, and I think that really determined a lot of the content of Dune. But the ecology stuff is really interesting. I guess that makes sense considering the prevalence of the sandworms.
Well, I was going to say in his job.
What was his job?
Who are those guys that tell you about water and stuff? What are they called?
The municipal utility district. What do you mean tell you about water? He worked at a water treatment facility?
No.
Hydrologists?
I thought he did like stuff where you survey stuff. I don't think a lot about Dune, so this is not
okay.
Something that lives on.
I think hydrologist might be the term you're looking for.
I'll consult the ancient scroll. What was Frank?
Let's move on through the backlog. Amahanek says Lamort to Arthur is a great example. Pat's is right. A rare concurrence between Amahanek and Pat. Then it also says only difference is Tolkien wasn't trying to pass his fake lore off as real history. Everyone's responding to you talking about H.P. Lovecraft existing in racism times.
Yeah, well, it just like
yeah, back when racism was a thing, unlike today.
Well, bro,
House Minister Peter Piper. Oh yes, the 1910s when there was racism.
I was just thinking.
You got so owned for that.
Unfortunately, I am thinking of specifically the Great Migration in America that led to a lot of Black people moving to New York City, where H.P. Lovecraft lived and
became scared of them.
Yeah, which spurned his fear because he had to live with Black people. Mm-hmm. But the Great Migration of like around the 1910s, where, Black people fled the South for the North and for urban areas.
All right, House Manager says, I feel like there's something to the fact that both Tolkien and Herbert had a fuckload of the world building filled out later by their sons. I mean, yeah, I think what ultimately what that says though is
fucked.
Yeah, it says they fucked. Women loved them. No, I think the main thing it says is that they plotted out projects for themselves of such scope that they could not hope to complete them in their lives. Like they really tried to build worlds.
All right. The best I got is that he did work as an ecological consultant. But there was something about before he started working on Dune, he was doing some sort of stuff about water.
Mohanek says, yeah, Tolkien's son published the Silmarillion, and in the Silmarillion was something Tolkien wrote for himself. And then Shira Bliss responds, Milli Vanilli's lesser-known successor, Silly Marilli, who, man,
what's Willy Manilli or Willy? What?
I mean, Milli Vanilli is a relatively popular hip hop artist, but I'm just having nostalgic feelings about Silly Marilli's many hits, such as at the theater watching my films and oops, I dropped the peanut butter again. Peter Piper. Herbert wanted Liet Kynes, the planetary ecologist in Dune, originally to be the main character, but then realized that ecology would be a boring story, so he made it about space war. God, I kind of wish he'd written the ecology one. Paul Atreides sucks. How Spanisher says, I think you could argue they maybe didn't intend for that plotting to be a project for the public, though I don't know if that's the case for Tolkien. Maybe you remember reading something to contradict that.
Look, I mean, here's the fact of the matter. Once you're dead, your children become carnivorous rats that want to strip your life's meaning like copper wires from a house.
Yeah, children are parasites, and they are just waiting. They're waiting for you to pass away so they can
anything
consume
that
your
comes
wealth.
after someone's dead is like, ugh.
Monik says, man, Eric is going to be sad he missed a Dune conversation. Well, he can take solace in the fact that because he wasn't here, we were able to get back to the video game.
but also takes solace in the fact that neither you or I care about Dune.
I like Dune. What are you talking about?
Wait, I thought you didn't like Dune. Do you just not like everything else after Dune? You're talking about how you think the stuff that happens in Dune is boring and that the main character is boring.
Thank you, House Manister. I feel like I've achieved a lot by getting to the bottom of chat. I have complaints about Dune, certainly. I have criticisms of Dune, but I feel like ultimately it's a really good book.
I like the movie.
Monik, please stop posting. I gotta play Indiana Jones or Pat's gonna punish me.
I like the David Lynch movie.
I like the opening third of the David Lynch movie. The remaining two thirds really drags.
The scary voice little girl.
No, that part. The everything after
Bro.
Paul leaves House Atreides sucks.
I gotta get her on the soundboard. I love that girl.
Okay.
She was in something I watched recently.
This map is fucking useless. Oh wait, no, it's not.
Literally not. You already looked at that. Oh.
I'm trapped in a nightmare. Freezing. Nothing to eat. It happened like this. I saw a sudden blinding light. It felt like the ship was falling. Then a crash. Most of the crew on the upper deck were killed instantly when the ship hit the mountain. They were fortunate. People were screaming. It was chaos. I saw... Fuck you, game. SS Hauptsturmführer Engel sprinting through the decks. He was chasing that Italian woman. Tried to catch him and get the truth, but he knocked me over. What did he need that woman for? None of us were even told why she was here. What actually happened? And how the hell did we end up here? I want to document what people are.
The writing suddenly ends. He abruptly died of exposure.
No idea what they were
We
saying.
watched something with the little girl from Dune.
What was it?
She's the mom in Longlegs.
Oh shit! She's good in that. Window. They built ships with windows.
I'm thinking about it. The reason I thought I saw something with her recently is because I was on Cameo and looked at her and thought about, would John recognize this person if they received a video?
Just panicking on Cameo, looking for last-minute cameos for me.
That's what I just keep
Get out of my
doing.
way, Gina.
Is I keep going through Cameo and being like, would John? Here's someone I know John knows.
Yeah. Oh, good night, House Minister. I'm glad you enjoyed the Dune talk, the world building talk. And Peter Piper, I think part of my sentimental attachment to Dune is that it figured, prominently in my childhood. I don't think I read the book until I was an adult,
You
but
like the worm.
But my parents loved Dune. We watched the
not the
sci-fi
worm.
miniseries together.
You like the worm guy.
I mean, I love the worm guy, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking. I thought there was a thing that was original to the Lynch movie that Frank Herbert put in. and I think it was the design
God.
of those guys that eat a lot of spice, and it makes them into funky little dudes.
The Navigators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know you love a funky dude.
Yeah, I love a funky little dude. I mean, weirdly, I mean, I guess this has an interesting valence relative to our earlier discussion. I think Dune is a book that like lives entirely on the content of its setting, like basically on world building, on the excellence of its world building. Because I think a lot of the characters in Dune are crap, especially the main perspective characters are usually very bad. Paul Atreides sucks to read. He sucks to read. But he's like hanging out in the desert doing cool shit, so you tolerate him.
Oh, I finished William Gibson's The Sprawl trilogy.
I've read, I think, The Sprawl is Neuromancer. Is Idoru in?
Nope.
Is All Tomorrow's Parties in there?
No.
Is Virtual Light in there?
No.
Okay. What's this? Is The Sprawl the second book? Is it just called The Sprawl?
No.
What the fuck is the second book of the Sprawl trilogy?
Fuck. Now you're making me forget it. Count Zero.
by name? Oh, Count Zero. Of course I fucking forgot Count Zero. Count Zero is a nothing book.
Count Zero became better to me when I realized in the back half that like Count Zero is like 15, 16 years old.
He is very young. He's a teen, full on. Scary Stories number 3. Oh fuck yeah, Scary Stories number 3. Look at this.
He's hot dogging and doing a Wilson.
Yeah, he's hot dogging. He's a keyjacker.
I will say, Count Zero has like the first chapter of Count Zero is probably like one of my favorite pieces of science fiction.
They'd never believe me if I told them where I found it.
Really? Count Zero is one of your favorites?
No. The first chapter of Count Zero is one of my favorite like pieces of science fiction.
It's been so long. I read Count Zero in college as part of like a William Gibson phase, and William Gibson novels unfortunately have like a James Bond effect for me, where they just like go in one ear and out the other. The first chapter was that the chapter where like a guy gets fucking deleted by a security program? Yeah.
Well, no. That is the second chapter.
Okay.
The first chapter starts, they set a slam hound on Turner's trail in New Delhi, slotted it to his pheromones and the color of his hair.
Okay.
It caught up with him on a street called Chandi Chowk and came scrambling for his rented BMW through a forest of bare brown legs and pedicab tires. Its core was a kilogram of recrystallized hexogen and flaked TNT. It's the one where he gets like blown up in India and he's getting put together like piece by piece.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just one more.
Is Count Zero the one with the like basically digital ghost of a famous hacker? Or is that a different Gibson?
Yeah.
Let go.
Kinda. I mean, it's the one where there's a rich guy who lives inside of a like digital simulation because his body is just
it's just a bunch of garbage in a vat.
Tumors.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is much talked about a celebrity from the Kino, Tally Isham.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's a different Gibson book where one of the principal characters is essentially like a simulation of the brain of an old hacker. Where is that?
That's the first. It's Neuromancer. That's the Dixie Flatline.
Yeah, that's the Dixie Flatline. Okay. Peter Piper says, I read Dune in 8th grade, and I'll tell you it made me skip reading development levels because I skipped a lot of YA novels after that. Yeah, I mean, it's a great book to read in 8th grade. That's a great book for an 8th grader. I mean, it's a great book for anyone, but I think honestly 8th grade is like a good time for it. Peter Piper says, I think Dune is one of the first books that did the chapter opening epigraph thing as a way to world build, which I can neither confirm or deny that. I don't know any specifics, but that would be very cool if it was one of the first. That's crazy. Sheer Bliss says, imagine being so cool that a guy publishes a fan fiction about you. That would feel pretty good.
What is that reference?
007 is based on Christopher Lee and his spy work in World War II. Yeah, and I mean, Christopher Lee, what the fuck was the guy's name who wrote the James Bond books?
Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming was like such a cuck in comparison to Christopher Lee. Like, Ian Fleming was like vaguely adjacent to the intelligence community, which is why he kind of had the idea for making the James Bond novels. But he was like...
No, he worked in naval intelligence during World War One.
Right, but it was like naval intelligence. He wasn't doing spy stuff. He wasn't out there doing spy shit.
I mean, spy shit. I mean, you say spy shit, and it's like spy shit is often just like hanging out in a room at the right time.
You know what I mean? He wasn't doing James Bond stuff. Christopher Lee was like killing Nazis with a knife in the trenches and like,
I mean, it takes
putting on disguises and crap.
It takes a minute for James Bond to be doing James Bond stuff.
Right, because James Bond is Ian Fleming's idea of a cool secret agent when real Christopher Lee was actually way cooler than James Bond is.
James Bond, at least, I haven't read that many, but I've read like the first like 4.
Like Christopher...
And James Bond's like an alcoholic loser who wants to kill himself all the time.
Yeah. Whereas Christopher Lee probably didn't do as much sex pest stuff as James Bond. Probably did way less sex pest stuff.
Take the shot.
Oop. Oh, shit. Pick up the gun. Excuse me, Gina.
Take your time.
Oh. Recharge that health bar, buddy. There we go. Yep. Ow, who did that? Who's doing that?
You need to heal. You gotta hide back here and heal.
This isn't a very good hiding spot. They're advancing on my position. Oh, I'm out of ammo.
Don't forget to whip.
Ah, fuck.
Keep them from shooting you.
Peter Piper says, Christopher Lee, the man who had to tell Peter Jackson the proper sounds a man stabbed in the back makes. Yeah, that's an extremely cool Christopher Lee anecdote. And like normally, you know, like this whole stream is very anti-intelligence community, but he was intelligence in World War II, which means he was cool. That's fine. He was doing unethical spy stuff to Nazis, which means it's ethical. Mamonhek says, John, are you really saying you think young Chris Lee couldn't get it? That's what I mean, though. He didn't have to be a sex pest. Women probably threw themselves at him.
Is he? I mean, I guess I don't know. The James Bond books, as I understand, get really funky because the publisher just basically starts yelling, more,
Poosh.
more,
Poosh.
more.
Poosh. Okay, this didn't go so well. He just died. I pushed him and he died. Excuse me. Alright. To pick this up. Nope. Not that. This. The big one. Ah! What are you doing, dude? He surprised me by doing so. He zigged when I zagged. He did something completely illogical and punched me while I was holding a big gun. Peter Piper says, I met the guy who he and his wife were used as the inspiration for Mr. and Mrs. Smith because they were the first married CIA agents. Man, I mean, if you're going to destabilize governments, do it together. And Sheer Bliss says, you saying you don't want to get diddled by Dooku? I mean...
Push him. Hard.
There we go. There's a certain, there's a certain attraction to the novelty of being touched intimately by a man whose name is Count Dooku. I won't deny that.
I see a Nazi.
Thanks,
Yeah, I
Gina.
like that book.
So this guy. Okay, he's dead. I killed him.
I enjoyed. I think it's called Dooku Lost or something.
Mahonix says he has congenital bad bone disease. It makes him vulnerable to pushing. Yeah, that's the weakest of Hitler's little guys. And then Peter Piper says, "Well, the point was that they had no idea what the other did. They just would say hi at home and then not ask questions." Okay, I thought I had
He's tough.
stealth killed that guy.
He's tough because he has that mask.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there's.
Become dead. Please. This room's full of big bullets. Why can't... Where can I find a gun that shoots these big bullets? Ow. Ah, fuck. I hate this game. Okay, let's...
Books you can buy, like the one that makes two-handed weapons do more... Two-handed guns and melee weapons do more damage.
Let's do this shit. Firearms. Big lasso.
I spy a Nazi.
Splinter smash. True grit. Okay, I bought a bunch of stuff.
Very nice.
It's exclamation death counter ad. No, death counter space ad. You're so bad at this. Sheer bliss, I mean, I guess it's easier for me to get distracted with chat because I am enjoying it more than I'm enjoying the stealth sections of this game.
You just don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, I am also avoiding Pat. It's been awkward between us ever since the incident.
Yeah, ever since we saw each other sub-naked.
Extra naked? Like double plus naked?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I do that?
We saw each other inside out.
Yeah.
It's no big guy.
Could you turn around? You fucking asshole.
Bonk. What a great sound.
Let's get another one of these. This seems like a bad time to try and use ranged weapons. Pat, I'm looking at your recent messages and there's a term for this. It's malicious compliance.
My death counter space ad.
Yeah.
But,
Perish. I love crouching and moving very slowly and then just getting caught by a guy who happens to be going down the stairs at the same time I'm going down the stairs. This is my favorite way to play a game.
Take out... That's the loop. You can take out one guy with ease. It's when four guys with guns start surrounding you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this loser.
Wait a minute. Maybe there's secrets. No.
Oh, I thought you were looking to shoot the gun.
I know the game won't let me. This game sucks. Just why can you just tank 2 shotgun shots?
No,
why are you like this?
You missed your first 2 shots.
How could I have missed?
I don't know how you missed it, but you didn't get the red damage indicator.
Dude, whatever. Okay, I gotta find pipe.
Where the fuck's this captain?
Where's pipe? My friend. Where's pipe?
I like that his eyeballs.
Answer me! You like that his eyeballs are fucked up? If I had fucked up eyeballs, would you like me more?
Nope. No, there's a thingy you can read.
Do you think, okay.
Purpose of experiment.
Great.
Oh, it's
sister's
fine when
expertise
you
in
get to
animals.
read them.
That's so much fucking text.
I don't understand.
I'm not sure.
Sketch of
Oh,
statue.
Cutie.
Yeah, he's nice.
It's Mayan, not Incan.
That guy's sleeping on top of the filing cabinet. Damn.
Wake up.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Give me the stone. Give me the stone, Captain.
Where is it? Where's the stone?
It's so cold.
It seems the stone is up there.
Maybe I will never understand why Laura was here. But at least I can try to stop Voss from getting the stone.
Look, I get that your sister died, but you've been sad for like 18 minutes, and it's really
Yeah.
kind of
well, the thing
putting
is
a
that like
damper
I feel
on
like
the
a lot
mood.
of that is
Bad Nazis.
Jogum. I barely knew
Which one is
him.
the
Captain isn't here. These are his officers.
In this household, we
Ooh.
jogum.
Oh.
Jogum.
No, I bet you have to spell Jogum.
Jogum. Oh, great.
Maybe over here.
The captain locked himself in a safe room behind that
Jogum.
door with the stone.
Okay, let's open it.
Well, first we need to find the right
Ooh, but-
combination.
Brute. Alut.
That's Jogum's not on there. Oh gosh.
Well, I think you got to put those in the code machine.
Where's the machine?
It's right next to them. It's the little thingy on the thing on the desk.
Oh, that's
to
used.
the-
When you say the little thingy on the thing, that really
it's,
clears shit up.
It's next to where you found the.
Oh, this
the
is a
wheels.
machine. All right.
I wonder if you gotta like spell Jogum and then.
And one more. Jogum. There it is.
Oh.
What do you want a photo of, Indy?
Wait.
What are you excited
had
about?
another one. No, it gives you a hint if you take a photo.
Oh, okay. Jogum. No, stop swapping them. Stop it. Okay. Great. This is the one that I need an O with a umlaut. Is that a separate character? So this has J.
Yeah, but it does have O.
Oh, this has O with the umlaut. So we gotta move this bad boy.
Jogum.
Yeah. That goes there. This goes there. That goes there. I think.
Jogum.
Gum. There.
All right.
Why did you do that? No!
No, put
Bad Indy! Bad Indy! Okay.
All right. Now look at the stuff. Look at the thing underneath Jogum when you had the machine out.
Blute.
Yeah. So look at the one that had blue.
That was this one, I think. Blute.
Nope, it was the other one.
Shit. Blute.
3666.
Great.
Devil's triplets, baby.
Two, three, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great.
Let's give that captain a piece of our mind for his steering.
Usually there's a secret passage
Oh.
from the safe room in the conning tower.
Nice.
Must be the statue we found in Machu Picchu. The stone would
Sick.
have been
She joke him on my blute
Peter-
till at 3666. Thanks, Peter Piper.
Come on. Can't wait to find this fucking guy's ass and give him a piece of our mind.
Yeah, I bet he's totally alive.
Nope. Found him.
All right, you motherfucker. Take one of these, and maybe one of
Give me that
these,
nacho
and a couple
thing,
of
too.
these, and one of these, and another of these, and one on the tootsies, and one in the mouth. What?
No, his nose is just black.
Yeah. Give me the rumble
What
pack.
does it say?
I'm not quite sure. It's hard to
Give me the Game
I'm
Shark.
Earth something.
Give me the Game Boy camera.
What was that?
Nazi. We'd better hide. John!
Right there.
We gotta stop him from taking our Game Boy back, our Game Boy games.
You loosened it for him.
Spooky.
Hey, tu! Ciao.
That's hello in Italian.
Interesting. This game's so educational. Mmm.
Oh no, this container of gratin.
Potatoes au gratin. Good, I was just getting
Creamy
hungry.
potatoes.
Interesting.
Oh man.
no, it's this
Who's
pervert.
guy? Oh no, it's this pervert.
It's the other pervert.
The one who got really upset when he saw that Hitler painting shot.
I am surprised, Dr. Jones. Voss told me you were dead.
Oh, yeah? I wonder what else he lied to you about.
Hands behind your head.
Can't believe you failed that stealth sequence, John.
Well, I'm locked into the bad ending now. Guess that's fine.
Oh no. Now he won't stop talking about Nizen laws.
They use the monkey potion on Indiana Jones, and you play like a really depressing final sequence where he's in a lab and he's stuck in monkey mode.
Where's the stone, you American rat?
Stone? What stone?
Have you ever heard of Höhenangst?
Fear of heights?
Yes! And I
They got
have
a
it.
word for everything.
And still, I endured this dreadful mountain even if my mind was screaming every step of the way. Because of a concept
Aw.
you narrow-minded Americans will never understand!
Well, please. Enlighten me.
Devotion. Total and absolute devotion to the fatherland.
Now he just used an English
Now what of
word.
the American?
So we have that.
Yeah, we got
What
that.
is his duty? His Lebensinhalt? His purpose?
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
What is it?
against.
Hamburgers and picture shows? You have no history.
I mean,
no
he's
nation,
got us
no
there. We love
leader.
hamburgers and a good picture show.
What you have is
Yeah,
your
well,
stupid American
which
cartoons.
Iranian?
Choo-choo,
Wait, this is that Iranian guy's speech about how you can't kill American heroes because you can't kill SpongeBob.
You laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer. I will walk through fire for the devoted men of the Reich. Overcome any fear to build a kingdom lasting 1,000 years. When you have devotion,
Yeah, this guy's really saying some
can
Nazi
withstand
stuff.
anything.
This is the sort of shit that Yukio Mishima would
makes
talk
me
about.
Invincible.
He's so scared.
Well, congratulations.
Give me that stone.
He's scared but horny at the same time.
Can't give you what I don't have.
Do they think there's a German word for that?
Horny.
Corpse to make sure.
Wait! Please wait. I have the stone. I have it.
Okay. You mean just stone.
Give me the stone. Bitte.
Why do you say that? What does that mean, John?
Means please.
Gina.
Don't bitte.
What? Got their ass, John.
I think we're about to do the tech deck thing. Oh yeah, baby. Here it comes. Peter Piper says, it's Spukennatter.
We gotta get out of here.
Help me!
The stone! The stone!
Gina!
Haltet sie auf! Erschießt sie! Hab dich.
Oh, come on. Don't Wilhelm scream me.
This is the movie that made that famous. This is the movie that made that famous.
Sure. I know. I know.
Or snowboard kids. Snowboard kids.
Do a kickflip. Do a 1080. Gina, you... Oh, sorry. Indy, you fool. You're supposed to be on the boat. Would you try something so absurd as to ride a skateboard by dangling off the side? Okay. Here I go. Whee! Is this? That felt like a valid landing. I've done it higher jumps than that in this game.
So you want to swing over to the...
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You have to wait for the set piece to do its thing. Okay, go up here.
Yellow.
All right. Over here. Is this anything? Yeah. Climbing the whip. Where even are you, dude?
Oh. Hey.
There we go. Oh. The ice cleaving sound. I do like that. Whoops. The weird like laser sounds that ice can make when large cracks are forming in it.
That happens all the time. Well, how are you going to get out of this one, John?
I mean, I think we are going to have to activate the teleportation stone. I think we're going to have to learn to cast the spell. This is it.
Gina, I'm all out of ideas.
And also, I'm extremely spooken nutter right now.
What if it was the stone that brought the ship here?
And he could fold the earth by speaking the word.
Are you serious? They're casting the spell right now. I was right?
Let me see the stone.
We have to do something.
Think.
Oh, this fucking guy.
This pervert. His villain superpower is just belief in Nazism.
Earth. It's split Earth.
Oh, he made it.
Yeah, he's kind of making his way. He's baby crawling.
It's a Damek. We have to say the word in a Damek.
Uh-oh.
Hutzalaim!
Good thing you got it first try. Now that's a magic spell. That's what a magic spell should do. I think we may be in China now. That's a logical progression. Peru, Himalayas, China.
Yeah, I mean it's closer than. Yeah, it's close. It's closer to the Himalayas than China is to than the Himalayas are to Peru.
This fucking pervert.
Whoa! What the hell?
I told you, I am invincible!
Congratulations.
Was anything bad happening in China?
No, China was fine during World War II. Nothing bad happened. Also, I feel like I should inform you that I've taken a sponsorship from the Japanese LDP.
Jones,
Hey,
I found
Gina.
the stone.
Hell yeah.
You keep it safe.
It would have been funnier to use whatever their ultranationalist diet party is in that joke, but I don't remember their name. And the LDP, you know, Shinzo Abe did visit that shrine, the war crime shrine.
There's something about that stone.
It seems
I don't
to
know.
split
It's obviously
Earth
very dangerous.
to quickly bring you. I guess
Certainly
these guys
one
haven't
of the
seen
more
fly.
dangerous stones I've encountered in my career as an archaeologist. As a man who, one could say, studies stones, this one's exceptional.
Written in a Damek and it folded the
Ooh,
earth.
stone made everything hot.
Folded the earth.
Fucked up.
I think I see
It's always
a way out.
happening.
Yeah! Woo! I'm in Shanghai now. I'm being shot. This worries me.
Those Japanese pilots are like, hey, you got a fucking funky white over here.
Why is that dude wearing a big heavy jacket? It's 85 outside. Strafe him.
This conflict spreads. It could spark another world war.
Let's just focus on not dying.
Oh, I guess we weren't at war yet. That's right.
What? Did the rape of Nanking happen before World War II?
Come on!
Hey, dude. Fucking go back home, idiot.
No.
Where to now?
Looks like we have to climb.
No.
No, I
Okay.
think World War II is ongoing. I think she was just saying like things are gonna get even worse if
Okay. I was confused. Oh, you got a sword.
yeah. I picked up his little
Is that
katana.
a Tonto?
It's a baby katana. The technical term is baby katana. Aka katana.
Tanto? Is it Tanto or a Tonto?
Trying to find a way out.
Tonto.
Hopefully in one piece.
Oh, nice.
Is not really a phoneme.
Okay. Peter Piper
In Japanese.
in Nanjing happened before the U.S. got involved.
Okay. I mean, I feel like
And
it
I
was
guess
already a
Italy-
world war by then.
I guess
Might be
it's
something I
fair.
can do.
Italy didn't really get involved.
What are you pointing at?
I can fly that thing.
You can
Okay.
fly?
At the
I know
plane.
it's a long shot, but do you have another idea?
It's photo
That
time.
wasn't an answer.
I need to
The
check
Chinese
the
biplane.
All right, I guess we have a plan.
Yeah, Peter Piper. It definitely would have been an early event because it was like one of the Imperial expansions that like triggered World War II, right? Now I use my whip. The same thing I always do when I'm encountered with a barrier I don't know how to pass.
I have my moments.
It's like living on different It's like when you go to China, it's like you have super strength because gravity's so different, so you can just yank down entire signs.
The sign had been loosened by the bombs. I guess I have to jump it. I jumped it. This is a beautiful environment. This is a cool map.
It's a shame about the bombs. It's a shame about the Japanese imperialism.
Yeah, it's a real shame that they're doing this. I mean, couldn't they have invaded China and subjugated a huge number of Chinese people and forced them into labor exploitation and sexual exploitation, but kept some of the dang buildings intact?
Oh,
Easier said than done.
look at that fucking guy.
Honestly,
You think you need his keys?
I'm sorry to say this, but you deserved it. All right,
Follow me.
time to shimmy.
Yeah.
Maybe I can whip his keys out of his pocket.
It's a
Just
shame
whip his
they didn't
butt
learn
exactly
yet.
the right way so his keys bounce all the way into my hand.
It's a shame they haven't learned yet that you can simply win the world war by putting McDonald's in every country.
Are you okay?
I'm all right.
God bless. That is how we
Find a
won.
way back up.
Be careful.
Nope. Look at the white paint. Nope. Turn around.
This feels safe. It's not.
Died of smoke inhalation.
I guess so.
Look at the white paint leads your way.
Okay.
Are you all right, Johnson?
Time of my life.
No, we won specifically against Japan. We won by doing this to their cities.
If only we could have taught them
get out
about what do they call it there?
Hamburger?
McD or whatever.
Oh, they just call it McDonald's.
I thought that there was like a short. There was a thing that they said because McDonald would be
They sometimes just call it Mac, I think.
Mac. That's what I was looking for. Well, hey, you made it.
McDonald's is kind of hard to kanaize, so I can see why they would do that.
Macca. And in Australia, it's called Macca.
Yeah. Come on, let's get in this plane. Get in there.
Yeah, who needs a runway?
Yep.
What a concept.
Yep.
No, you're into the gun. Are you ready to kill? Are you ready to stop Japan?
Yeah, I'm ready to prevent like the worst, some of the worst decades of
Let me see if I
Japanese
can bring that tail
imperialism.
up for you.
I bring the tail up.
So I guess every decade of Japanese imperialism was bad.
I'm working on it.
I fell. In the way that every decade of every imperialism is bad. All right, I'm pulling it up.
You're so
Man, this Chinese gravity is crazy.
Oh shit!
This seems bad. Oh gosh, the whip is so strong, and this plane is really strong.
I don't either.
All right.
I think we made it!
Spoke too soon.
All right.
Something tells me these guys aren't friendly.
I'm gonna finish these buildings off.
Wow! What happened?
Yeah, this is for Pearl Harbor in a couple of weeks.
This is why they did Pearl Harbor. Because Indiana Jones took out like 100,000 of their guys.
To be fair, it's crazy for them to just be flying in the streets this low to the ground.
They're doing it because we're doing it. They didn't want us to be the only cool guys.
You're doing it because someone parked their plane on top of an apartment building.
Yeah. Wow, our plane's not doing so hot. Stop shooting me while you're crashing.
I think we lost them.
Oh, thank God.
Never mind.
You don't need that. You don't need that extra stuff on the plane, right?
Yeah, that's all superfluous. All this extra metal is just added weight. Get out of here.
What?
Jesus Christ!
You choose to do that.
Won't be happy.
Gina, I didn't know you were like a barnstormer style, like daring aerobat.
Ask me why we're here.
Sure.
Stunt pilot, Gina.
Oh wow, your plane is a health bar, huh?
Yeah,
I'm just noticing.
that's why I said the plane's not doing so hot. What? Where are these bullets coming from? I can't even... Okay. I don't even really have an angle on that guy.
Yeah.
Thanks for the advice.
Oh, exit your turret.
I guess it's time to exit the turret.
What are you doing, Jones?
I guess I'm getting us a
You're
new
about to be the
plane.
sickest
Yeah!
Hey man.
What? Why wouldn't you point your gun at me? This is foolish. Knock, knock.
That guy's just like, oh fuck. I was hoping he'd just leave.
Out of my way, pal.
Man, driving a Zero, there are some freaks on Twitter who would lose their minds.
Hey, bye Chinese plane.
Goodbye, Chinese biplane. Come on. Get in here.
Get in here.
I need someone to shoot the gun.
All right, yeah, let's fly this Japanese plane further into Asia and hope no one does anything.
I think they'll see that it's fucked up and they'll be like, let that one go. He's not doing anything.
We had to spray paint. We did a sick jacking of this.
Yeah.
We threw those guys out a window.
You're hurt.
Oh.
Spray paint cool plane on the underside of the wings.
How did you get her? I was the one that was fucking jumping from the plane.
Thank you.
What is that, a pack of peanuts?
You know when I said that Indy every day punches a big bowl of sand
Still don't know how
for an
to
hour to make his
bring the
hands into
convoy
big
across the
calluses?
world.
He's done that actually to his entire body. He just sort of body slams a
One thing I
big,
know is-
huge bowl of sand.
No one can ever use those stones.
So he's
again.
bulletproof.
What's your theory, Professor?
Think about it. Nazis use them, they end up on the top of a mountain. We use them, and we end up dodging bullets and bombs in a war zone. I've seen what happens when mortals mess with this kind of power.
Wow.
It doesn't end well.
Indiana Jones, one of those motherfuckers that Kitty Hawk, like if God wanted us to fly, he would have given us wings.
Look, I can drop you off at the nearest harbor.
I was thinking more like...
And in this case, God really did give us a reality-crushing stone. He wants us to crush reality. He's begging us to crush reality.
Well, I was thinking more of like,
right.
man, I saw what the president wanted to do with the Ark of the Covenant. They made a big
What are
gun,
the other things?
and you put the Ark in like a clip.
Well, the
He sealed,
shot goes.
he sealed the Ark of the Covenant inside a giant bullet, like the end of Gravity's rainbow.
But what if Boss has already taken?
Not a chance. None of the relics in the Vatican treasure chamber came from Sukhothai. It's got to be there.
What are we waiting for then?
By the way, that was some nice flying back there.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you know how to fly this thing, do you?
Excuse me?
We gotta switch. We gotta switch these. What do you mean
Trouble
nothing?
with landing, that's all.
You should probably swap.
Uh-oh. Turns out they didn't... Wait, no, we got one of those kamikaze ones. They don't got wheels.
They hadn't started doing that yet. You fool. That's a historical inaccuracy.
Well, it's okay. We're train-pilled now.
The plane turned into a train. Then we turned it into a bus.
But this game's now bussin'.
Ugh. Oh, they got the pith helmets.
We should talk to the locals.
I love that Europeans, when they go to colonize a tropical zone, are like, we should dress like racist mushrooms.
Very happy with all this fascisty around.
Oh, I'm starving. That's all I got left. Do you want some?
Yes, please.
Oh, hey,
Feeble meow.
it's like you could use this more than I could.
That cat looks like it's made of dryer lint.
Traveling through the cyan jungle at
It's
night
the
is not a very
humidity.
good idea.
That looks like an hotel.
Oh yeah, we're white lotusing it.
Hey,
Wasn't Thailand neutral during World War II?
Yeah.
Like like a big point of Thai national pride is that they've never been conquered by an external
you?
power.
think they got a phone in
I
that
believe
place?
we're in Sukhothai.
I should call
He
them
called
up.
it Siam, which is the old-timey name for Thailand.
Oh, damn, we're in Siam. Damn.
We in Siam.
You want to look at? Hey, this is a good spot.
Yeah, it's a great spot. We'll hang out at this bamboo bus stop. I'll put Indy into sleep mode, and we finish another chapter of Indiana Jones and the Golden Circle.
Sukhothai is the last zone.
Oh, cool. We'll send us back to the conference room. Tune in next week for more Indiana Jones and the Golden Circle, where we'll finally find out what the circle is.
You know what I gotta say to that?
What do you have to say to that?
It's gonna be some Sukhothai Sukhotash.
You really struggled for that one, and it availed you not.
What do you mean?
That's... I just don't think that's a very good one.
What do you mean?
I just don't think
That's
it's...
what that
I'm
cat
sorry.
said.
I'm just giving me my... Honest
What does
opinion.
the cat say? Suckering succotash or
Su-
something?
suffering succotash, yeah.
She's saying suffering?
Yeah. What did you think he was
Damn.
saying?
I thought he was saying suckering.
Suckering?
Saying a
Like,
fake word.
like the succotash what gives me sucker? You think that the cat is using like fucking
I thought it was a made up word.
You think cat is using like Miltonian diction?
I'll be honest with you, John.
Cat's read a lot of Paradise Lost?
Unfortunately, John, I'm learning what succotash is right now for the first time.
Succotash is some kind of food.
It's lima beans and sweet corn.
God, that looks so bad. Yuck. Yicky. I guess anything with corn looks bad to me, but this doesn't look
I
bad.
mean, I'm looking at this pot, and it's literally just kidney beans and corn
Ugh.
in a pot, and it looks like they have the corn liquids, the corn can liquid still in there.
For a corn hater like me, unacceptable.
I don't hate corn, but I'm very neutral on it.
Mm. Yeah, we went pretty long today. We went 3 hours and some change. So I think we can cut the outro short because I need to be asleep right now. I need to be immediately asleep. I got to go to sleep
Me
right
too.
now.
Let's get out of here.
Good
Let's
night,
get outta
everyone.
here. Let's get out of here.